What is going on, Headliner Nation? Week 11 fantasy football. We're right around the corner from Turkey Day. Get some Thanksgiving turkey. But we got some football here this weekend to talk about. And like usual, a lot of injuries, a little bit of weather to talk about, Kyle. But here it is already week 11. And people are scrambling to fill fantasy football rosters everywhere because it just seems like this is just another one of those crazy weeks.
Speaking of filling things, I can't wait to fill my stomach with turkey next week.
Oh, yeah. Pretty sure that me and Chris Kennedy and the rest of my family will be in food comas on the couch watching football on Thanksgiving.
Oh, my God. I can't wait. Thanksgiving is by far my favorite holiday of the year. And this year will be a little bit different. We don't get to have the family gatherings we do, but I'm looking at it in kind of a positive way as well. I don't have to, see relatives that I don't normally see and then have those weird, hey, how are you? And act like I care for a couple of hours.
Yeah, see, that's one good thing. When I moved across country to a state that I had no relatives, it's just us every Thanksgiving anyway. So, yeah, that's about it. But it's going to be fun. Looking forward to it. Got a lot of fantasy football questions coming in already. The Headliners Club is starting to get packed. Yeah, that's right. We've only been live here for a few minutes. We're going to wait a couple minutes, another minute or two to let people come into the stream, start getting some questions answered. And yeah, we'll hit the ground running. We'll be here for another hour and a half, 2 hours or so, helping as many people as we possibly can. Before we get into it, there's a few notes that I want to throw out here at the beginning. One, a little bit of weather to pay attention to in Philadelphia. In the Philadelphia matchup against Cleveland. In Cleveland, a 78% chance of rain. Last week, some games had some weather issues. Some made out to be a little bit worse than what they really were. This one looks like it's going to be a rainstorm, but honestly, Carson Wentz been a little bit inconsistent regardless of weather, and Baker Mayfield and the Browns are going to rely on Chubb and Hunt in the run game anyway. But want to make sure I threw that out there. Joe Mixon, he has gone on IR. He is out for at least another 3 weeks. That's something to pay attention to. Drew Brees. Sony Michel was activated, Kyle, and I just said this to you prior to the live stream starting, that if this was any other team, I would be like, don't worry about it. Damian Harris, Rex Burkhead, they're still going to get the bulk of it. Cam Newton there. But with Bill Belichick, it's hard to put anything past him. It wouldn't surprise me if Sony Michel comes in and gets a fair amount of touches.
Yeah, and Damian Harris has been playing so well too. That's what makes this even more difficult, because if there's no Sony Michel, Damian Harris is almost a lock for 100 yards. And then now we have Sony Michel, and we just know that Bill Belichick is going to ruin it because he hates everybody, people.
He hates everybody's fantasy teams. He doesn't care about you. If you think Bill Belichick cares about your fantasy team, you are dead wrong.
Hates you, and he hates you, and he hates you.
All of us. He hates all of us, absolutely. But Kyle, let's go ahead and dive into some fantasy football questions. Got a lot of them coming in here. 491 people tuned in so far. If you're here, we only got 94 likes. Hit the like button, and we'll answer a lot of questions for you here in the next hour and a half. The first one's going to be from James Gassman. James, what's going on, James? He needs a wide receiver 1. We got Robbie Anderson and Jacoby Myers. So a little bit of an issue because Robbie Anderson, we don't know about the status of Teddy Bridgewater. He's a true game time decision. Do we want to rely on PJ Walker if Teddy Bridgewater can't go?
As of now, I'm going to go with Jacoby Myers being a safer bet over Robbie Anderson. I've got Jacoby Myers several spots ahead of Robbie Anderson anyway, because I like DJ Moore this week a little bit more against Detroit. So I'm going Jacoby Myers regardless here.
Yeah, he is. He's a little bit safer because nobody else, catches balls in New England outside of him. Anyway, also needs one flex. We got Naheem Hines, Salvin Ahmed, which is always fun to say, and whichever wide receiver we didn't choose. So Robbie Anderson. So for the flex, we got Hines, Ahmed, and Anderson.
I mean, Ahmed's not a sexy pick, but is he a pick that's going to give us a decent amount of volume?
I'll take him against Denver. Absolutely.
Yeah. If you're wanting to be safe and you want to make sure, Hines probably has the most upside, basically, by the way we've seen him used recently, but he could also get no points.
Yeah, Hines is going to score 25 or he's going to score 0. I'm pretty sure Frank Wright is another one of those head coaches that watches like fantasy football ownership and the start percentage. And if it crosses like 50%, he's like, suck it. Here you go, Naheem Hines. Not going to touch it. But yeah, Salvin Ahmed is probably the safest option there for the flex. Isaac Choi has a half PPR league, needs one flex and one wide receiver out of Fournette, Cooks, and Crowder, and then he has parentheses around Rager. So Rager may be an option on waivers. Maybe that's what that means. So out of Fournette, Cooks, Crowder, and Rager, who we going for flex and wide receiver?
Me personally, and you dive into running backs more deeper than I do. Most deepest, way deeper, much more.
Just move on. Just move on at this point.
During the week. So me personally, I'm staying away from Fournette. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a great matchup to begin with going up against the Rams, and his usage is up and down. The only thing that's crazy is Ronald Jones looked great last week, almost 200 yards, total. The last time Ronald Jones had over 130 yards in a game and looked good, Fournette outsnapped him the next game. So it just makes no sense. Bruce Arians, hard to figure out. I mean, a lot of people just hate us in fantasy football, apparently. But yeah, Fournette is just somebody who's too boom or bust for me right now.
Not only that, too, but I think you have to remember that almost half of those yards came on one play. I mean, what was it, 95 yards, 98 yards on that big run? Yeah. So, I mean, take that away, and what does the rest of the day look like for Ronald Jones on a per touch average? So, personally, in this situation, going back to what Isaac is asking, I'm staying away from Fournette here. So for me, it comes down to Cooks, Crowder, and Rager. We talked about the weather a little bit already and what that might look like there. So I'm okay with going Cooks and Crowder here.
Yep, I don't hate that one whatsoever. Big Tizzy, Kerryon Johnson or Josh Reynolds? Well, Kerryon Johnson is a name we can kind of somewhat discuss a little bit with no DeAndre Swift this week, which absolutely sucks for a lot of fantasy teams. This was going to be the week that Swift totally exploded. He was my start of the week. Well, that didn't quite work out. So Kerryon Johnson, Adrian Peterson going to see the bulk of the touches. I still lean a little bit more towards AP here. But in a PPR league, I don't mind going Josh Reynolds this week going up against Tampa Bay in what could be a high-scoring game, even though the defenses are playing pretty well.
Yeah, I think you're risking it a little bit with Kerryon Johnson. I mean, I don't mind Josh Reynolds. Part of me thinks maybe a little bit more Kerryon though in this direction, just because, I mean, again, Swift is going to be out, so he's not going to have to compete with Swift for targets out of the backfield. We know obviously Kenny Golladay is not going to be playing this week either. So who's Stafford really going to rely on? Stafford did bang his hand up a little bit. I don't think it's going to be an issue, but maybe he does need to get rid of the ball a little bit quicker. So like in a PPR league, I look at Kerryon Johnson and I say, this is a guy that could get you, maybe 5 to 6 targets, maybe 3 to 5 receptions, and maybe get you around 7 to 8 points. He's not going to have a very high ceiling. I think his floor is a little bit safer than Josh Reynolds, but Josh Reynolds' ceiling is much higher than what Kerryon Johnson's is.
Yeah, I think Stafford tries to go double Marvin as many times as he can this week with Marvin Jones and Marvin Hall. Aaron Northcutt has got Keenan Allen. Let's see here. What's this? Allen on a bye. Oh, maybe it's Josh Allen. Who's he talking about? It must be Josh Allen. Yeah, Josh Allen's on a bye. Picked up Jameis, and now he's not playing. Yeah, that's a completely different story. Should I go Bridgewater, Alex Smith, or Phillip Rivers? I don't know if I trust Bridgewater just yet. We don't even know if he's going to be playing or not. Alex Smith has looked okay, but the touchdown upside isn't there. He's kind of got the safer floor. He's throwing for back-to-back games of over 300 yards, but he's probably the next safest option. I would say Alex Smith. With Phillip Rivers, I mean, sounds like, Alexander and King are going to be back for Green Bay. That makes his day a little bit tougher. I probably lean towards Alex Smith, but I don't love it.
Alex Smith or Rivers. I'm going... why can't I find Rivers? Did I accidentally delete Rivers out of my rankings?
So you just said, we don't need him. We're never going to.
Oh, they're right next to each other. Okay. The question is, and I haven't seen it, Kevin King and Jair Alexander, if they're ready to go.
They're questionable, but it sounds like there's a good chance that they could play.
Okay. So if for some reason they're out, it's going to be Phillip Rivers for me. If not, I'm going with Alex Smith.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit safer. Ryan Ruff needs 1 running back and 1 wide receiver and 1 flex, so 3 players. For the running back, we got Antonio Gibson, Mike Davis, Naheem Hines, Todd Gurley. 1 running back out of that group right there.
I'm going with Gibson. Oh, wait. You said Gurley, right? Yeah.
Gurley's an option too.
Let me see. I've got those 2 pretty close, I think. No, I've got Gibson higher.
I love the touchdown upside of Gibson going against Cincinnati. I think he has the highest potential to have a solid game. Mike Davis, I mean, I think that he could capitalize on a lot of checkdowns, especially going up against Detroit. But the problem is his passing volume hasn't been there as of late, and that's an issue. Where did it go? We have no idea. For right now, though, I'm leaning towards Antonio Gibson for the running back. For the wide receiver, we got to go between Juju, Cooper, and Higgins and Antonio Brown.
I really don't want to sit Juju, Cooper, and Higgins. So it's unfortunate that you have to pick one of the three. Out of the three, I've got Cooper and Juju right next to each other. So if you want to be a little bit safer, you probably go with Juju here. If you want more floor, you would go with Amari just because Juju's dealing with some bigger playmakers than what Amari is. But I expect him to see more targets against Jacksonville. Higgins, I don't have as high as either of those guys because Washington's pass defense has been pretty good so far this year.
And then we have to pick one for a flex play between Davis, Hines, Gurley, Cooper, Higgins, and AB. Doesn't say, does it? If it's a full PPR league, I may gamble again on Mike Davis in Carolina. If it's a full PPR, just because we don't know the quarterback situation, he could see more of that, check down volume, especially if PJ Walker's at quarterback. Man, that's just it's a tough one. It's going to be a gamble either way. It's going to be, for me, it's going to be between Cooper or Mike Davis.
I'd probably go with Mike Davis just because we know he's going to get volume. That's probably the route that I go this week.
All right, let me see here. Next, Vikash Chan. What's going on, my friend? It says, hey, boys, need a win. I'm 4-6, 9th out of 14th in a half PPR. Start Big Ben or Justin Herbert and Woods or Harris for the flex. I have the Bucs defense as well. Also, do I start Michael Thomas? So the first question is Big Ben or Justin Herbert. I got Herbert at 4 and Ben at 5 right now. I like both of them.
Yep, I've got Herbert a tidbit higher as well. That's where I'm going with him.
If Herbert struggles, it's strictly because dude shaved his head.
Yeah.
100% power was in his hair if he struggles. Woods or Harris for the flex. So you got Robert Woods going against Tampa Bay. Damian Harris going up against Houston. Great matchup there for him, but what type of involvement does Sony Michel have? That's the biggest question mark. Love Damian Harris. Robert Woods maybe slightly safer.
I'm going with Woods here strictly because Damian Harris lacks a whole lot of upside anyway. Yeah, he might run for 100 yards, but I mean, what's that going to get you? Like 10, 11 points if he doesn't score a touchdown? He doesn't have any upside in the passing game. So for me, I'm going to go with Woods just because even though we know what we get with Harris, now you're adding in Sony Michel on top of it. Give me the guy that I know is going to get some targets.
Yeah, what about Michael Thomas? You comfortable starting Michael Thomas?
Yeah, I'm extremely comfortable starting Michael Thomas. Do we touch on Taysom Hill real quick as well with everybody watching right now?
Yeah, sure, we can touch on Taysom Hill. Honestly, I think it just hurts Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara. Not to the point that they're not startable, but I just don't think the ceiling is there like they would have been. I like Jameis Winston under center for their fantasy value a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do too. If you own Taysom Hill, I'm not starting him as a quarterback.
No.
I'm finding other options. As far as I know, as of right now, if you play on ESPN, that is the only platform that will allow you to start him as a tight end. If you own him in an ESPN format, you start him as a tight end unless you own Travis Kelce or Darren Waller. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Because even if he only plays maybe half the snaps at quarterback, I mean, if he throws for 100 yards and scores a touchdown, he's going to end up being just as valuable as any other tight end that you would end up starting. And then apparently there's a couple of platforms that allow him at wide receiver. I'm not starting him as a wide receiver. So if you can start him as a tight end, I'm fine with that. I'm not starting him as a quarterback, though.
Yeah, that's a lot of people upset about that and get a lot of questions about, hey, is it ethical to start him there? And here's the thing. They've allowed you to start him there all year. It's not like they just gave him that eligibility. And for that reason, if it's available and it's been that way from the beginning, then yeah, I don't have an issue with it. If it's something that's, just recently changed, then yeah, I don't like mid-season changes. But it is what it is. I think ESPN's going to get enough hate here over the last week and a half that they may end up changing that in the future.
Frankie dropping a 10 bomb. Hello, I need some infinite wisdom or an adult.
Oh, well, he's in trouble. Sorry, Frankie.
This is not the place for that.
Yeah.
2 wide receivers and a flex in a full PPR. Juju, DJ Moore, Charknado, Fulgham, Cooks, Jonnu Smith, Austin Hooper, Logan Thomas. Thanks for everything. So we need to pick 2 wide receivers out of Moore, Chark, Fulgham, and Cooks.
And Juju, right? You said Juju? Yeah. Juju's going to be one. Juju's going to be
Yes.
one of them for me.
Yes, I agree with that.
DJ Moore is tied to the health of Teddy Bridgewater. Charknado's going up against Pittsburgh. Fulgham is now playing second fiddle to everybody else who's come back healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Cooks is just boom or bust, and he's got to go against New England, but it's a revenge game, even though almost everybody he plays is a revenge game.
Mm-hmm.
Not like flexing my tight ends. So if it's me, I probably gamble. I go Juju and Charknado.
Yes. And then honestly, if I have to flex somebody too, I mean, I'll flex DJ Moore.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to play it a little bit safer, maybe safer floor DJ Moore. If you want to just shoot for the stars, then maybe Brandon Cooks.
Yeah. But I'm not going to flex Smith, Hooper, or Thomas over any of those wide receivers.
No, me neither.
Corvette Foster, what's going on, my man? Hey, guys, in a PPR flex, need 2. Fuller, Gio, and Jacoby Myers. This is kind of another tough one for me. If we're wanting to be safe, it's Gio and Myers. If we want upside, then it's Myers and Fuller.
Yeah, I mean, I probably split the difference. I'll start Gio going up against Washington, especially with no Joe Mixon. You know, he'll be a safer option as a flex play. Will Fuller being all right, I'm gonna gamble on it, and Jacoby Myers if I just want to play it safe. Personally, I'd probably go Gio and Myers.
Yep, and then for Tunyon and Schultz this week, I'm going to go with Schultz because Tunyon has basically been a non-factor since everyone has started getting healthy and back.
That's right.
Diego Ventura, Hooper, or Goddard this week. I've got Hooper a little bit higher than Goddard because Hooper is my Manscaped must-start of the week.
Don't forget, and I'm not going to talk you out of it because last week was bad enough, but weather may play an issue for the Hoopster.
Oh, whoa. Bless me. Woo.
Bam!
made my head feel like it was going to come off there.
That's right.
Well, Phil, I mean, it would be an issue for Goddard as well because Philly and Cleveland are playing each other.
Oh yeah, they're playing each other. Never mind, I'm an idiot.
So it'd be the same for me either way. I just like Hooper a little bit more at this point because to me it feels like they might be leaning on the tight end position a little bit more moving forward than what maybe Philadelphia will.
Got it. And what about Rager or Pittman?
Well, Pittman relies on a couple of different factors. Hold on real quick. As of right now, it is Rager for me. But again, it all comes down to Jair Alexander and Kevin King. If those guys play, I'm not going with Pittman. If they're out, then I'm going to go with Pittman over Rager.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, those two, what?
Yeah, people are like, oh, COVID. He's got the Rona. Be careful.
That's okay. He's self-quarantined there in the lab. Yeah, no, I mean, personally, I probably lean towards Rager. But if both Alexander and King are out, I don't hate Pittman. I mean, he looked great last week.
Don't forget, chat, we're going through super chats as of right now because those start flying in like crazy. So if you do leave a super chat and you don't hear it right away, just stay tuned because we will get to every single one of them. But as soon as we get to 800 likes, we're jumping over into the Headliners Club. Jake's going to let it flow there. Then we'll come back and get the rest of the super chats are coming in, and then we'll bounce back and forth at that time. So make sure you hit that like button for us, and then we will start letting it flow as quickly as possible. 100-yard podcast, pick 2 in a full PPR. Thielen, Higgins, and James Conner. Thielen for sure, because the matchup is way too good this week to sit Thielen. At that point, what are you thinking about Conner? He's just been a little underwhelming lately.
He has. I mean, there's been reports coming out that Mike Tomlin, they want to focus a little bit more on the running game, and James Conner does have a great matchup going up against Jacksonville. I think with Thielen always being somewhat of a risk because you never know which Cousins is going to show up, I probably lean towards James Conner as the second one, being a little bit safer in hopes that he can go out there and get 15 touches and find the end zone. But it's hard because I like T. Higgins as well.
Yeah, that's the tough one for me. If you want some more upside, it's Higgins for me this week over Conner.
Yep, agreed.
Manny with the 10 bomb. Appreciate you, Manny. Start or sit PPR as a flex. Damian Harris, Sony Michel, or Denzel Mims. Question: is there anybody on waivers?
Yeah. What's the waiver wire look? Because, I mean, had this been like 36 hours ago, I'd have been, dude, smash Damian Harris. It's all Damian Harris. Having to trust Bill Belichick or Adam Gase is not a good place to be on Fantasy Football Sunday. If it's my team, personally, even though it has nothing to do with PPR, I go with Damian Harris and just cross my fingers.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same exact way. Kyle Hudson with the 10 bomb. Love what you guys do. Appreciate you, Kyle. Need to flex Michael Thomas, T. Higgins, Godwin, and James Robinson. Don't know if I should trust Thomas and feel like Higgins has proven himself. So 2 flex. I feel like we got to go Michael Thomas. Oh, do we play James Robinson this week in this situation?
I mean, James Robinson in a difficult matchup going up against Pittsburgh with a banged up shoulder. Last time I checked, running backs get hit or land on shoulders every single time they touch the ball. That's what worries me. It's not like it's a given that it's James Robinson. It's hard to sit him. Dude's been averaging like 22 touches a week all year long. So it's hard to go against James Robinson, but it's a little bit risky with the injury designation. Personally, if it's me, I probably take that gamble and say I go James Robinson. If you're looking for a little bit higher upside, though, this may be where I lean towards Chris Godwin.
Yeah, no, I'm going to roll with that as well. I mean, with Robinson, Pittsburgh's not an easy matchup this week. So I think this is a spot where you say, hey, if we're going to move away from him, this is the time to do it and just play it a little bit more safe this week.
Yep.
Of course, it scrolled all the way down. Lamont Jones. Right. Yes. Lamont Jones, full PPR, pick 4 wide receivers and a running back.
Wow.
So the wide receivers are Thielen. We're going to start him.
Yes.
Devontae Adams. We're going to start him.
Yes.
Calvin Ridley, Chase Claypool, Keenan Allen. We're starting Keenan Allen.
Yep.
Deontay Johnson and Mike Williams. So now number 4 comes down to Ridley, Deontay Johnson, and Mike Williams.
And Claypool.
And
if it's me, I cannot go against a healthy Deontay Johnson. I can't
either. And Ridley's foot's still banged up. I know that when we talked to Dr. Ethan Turner, he said he was actually surprised that Ridley was going to play this week and didn't think he'd be 100%. I don't know if I trust. I like the upside of Deontay Johnson going up against Jacksonville more than a banged up Ridley.
Yeah, and we know he's going to go out there and get close to 10 targets, and that's what we're looking for.
And then for the running back, Wilkins, Booker, or Akers. Again, is there anybody on waivers?
Man, if I got to throw a dart on just one of them, I'll go with Booker, just because at least over the last 2 weeks he's produced something. I mean, they're trying to run the ball heavy in Las Vegas. Can they do it against Kansas City? If Kansas City's out there throwing the ball up and down the field, they're not going to be able to run all game. But Booker's at least put together a solid couple weeks, and we know he's a part of the game plan.
Let me look at something real quick.
Depends what you want to look at.
What's he got? Okay. I wanted to see if they had been giving him any targets in the passing game, but they haven't been.
No.
So it doesn't really matter. And last week he did get 16 carries, but they were up 37. I mean, they won that game 37-12. Outside of that, he's had that 8-5, 3-7. So I think he'd be more in line with getting single digit carries this week. Me personally, I probably go with Wilkins and pray to God that the dude gets double digit touches.
Yes. But Frank Wright hates you.
Yes.
Yes.
That's almost an impossible one to answer.
That's a hard one.
I would almost rather like pick up LaMichael Pirine off of waivers and play him.
Maybe. But then again, that's a jet. So
Mark Sung, hey guys, I need 2 running backs for half PPR. Connor, CEH, Fournette, Damian Harris, or Duke Johnson. 2 running backs, half PPR. Fournette is out the window for me. Damian Harris is out the window for me. CEH, Connor, Duke Johnson. Probably going to go CEH and Connor here. I like Duke Johnson having the backfield to himself again this week. Wasn't great last week. Wasn't awful either. But I would stay away from him in favor of these other 2.
Probably. It's hard to sit Connor or CEH. Obviously, CEH isn't seeing double-digit carries every week either, and that's a problem. But as of right now, his ceiling is probably the highest in a good matchup. So give me CEH and Connor as well.
ladies and gentlemen, if you want us to let it flow and get to as many of your questions as possible, 800 likes. So if you're watching right now, if you're part of the 1185, all you got to do is just scroll down a tidbit, strike that like button, hit it,
Strike it,
and let's let it flow. Okay, hit that like button for us. Let's get it. Eddie Enriquez, you guys rock. Eddie, you rock. Actually, you know what Mark said? Thanks for all of your hard work and awesome advice. Appreciate that, Mark. I forgot to include that. Eddie Enriquez, you guys rock. You rock, Eddie. Start 3 in a full PPR. Thielen, yes. T. Higgins, Belage, and Cup. Well, that's Higgins and Cup for me.
Oh, God. I'm going to do it.
I'm going to go with the upside of the other guys. You're going to play it safe, aren't you?
Yeah, because it's 2020, and Kalen Ballage is a thing again. He's somebody that you can go out there and say, yeah, he's going to get about 20 touches. And he's got a matchup going up against the Jets. So if it's me, I'd probably go Thielen, Higgins, and Ballage, personally. Cup being so hit and miss in a matchup going up against Tampa Bay. So I'll probably play it a little bit safer with Ballage and give me that 18 to 20 touches.
Nathan Waby, Claypool or Antonio Gibson for the flex this week? I'm going with AG here.
Yeah, Antonio Gibson for me. Love the matchup here this week for him.
Melanator 420 wants to know Herbert or Lamar at QB.
I got
2020, baby. Let's go with Justin Herbert.
Yep, I got Herbert at 4, Lamar at 6.
Hunter Henry or Goddard for tight end. I've got Hunter Henry higher than Goddard this week.
By a skosh.
And by a skosh.
Yep.
And then flex Ingram, LaMichael Pirine, or the tight end you didn't choose between Henry and Goddard. Thank you. Do you go with Goddard here?
I mean, I don't go with any of them personally. I mean, Ingram.
There's so many questions like that so far tonight.
I mean, yeah, this is tough. I mean, honestly, I just throw in Mark Ingram and cross my fingers and hope that he gets a goal line carry, because at least we know they're going to have scoring opportunities. The Jets can't even seem to get in the red zone, so I go with Ingram and just pray.
Man, so many questions like that where we're just like, oh my God.
Like none of them.
Lucas Endall, should I trade Boyd, Jacobs, and Russell Wilson for Derrick Henry, Deontay Johnson, and Aaron Rodgers in a PPR? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now. Even if you have to leave the stream to go hit that accept button, do it. Run.
Yeah, I do that too.
Smash. I want that trade.
Stuart
Morrison says, struggling at QB all year, Swift owner, needed a running back for 2 weeks, had QBs Ryan, Lamar, and Goff. So I got Lamar for Duke Johnson and DJ Chark. Happy early tea giving early. But wait a second.
So
you traded Lamar for Duke Johnson and DJ Chark?
I'll take that almost.
Yeah, since you had 3 quarterbacks there, 100%. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, you still don't need Goff, really. So, I mean, maybe if there's something on waivers, go see what's out there, because if you got Matt Ryan for right now, even though Matt Ryan was your second best quarterback, that's who I roll with rest of season over Goff.
Kevin Nguyen says, pick 2, A.J. Brown, Chris Godwin, or J.D. McKissick. A.J. Brown and Chris Godwin are my smash starts here if you're looking for that upside.
Yep. J.D. McKissick's more of the safe play if it's PPR. He's going to probably see, double-digit targets, but the ceiling just isn't there like it is for the other two.
Yep. Don't forget, 800 likes. We're going to let it flow to get through as many questions as possible. Hit that like button, people. You can do it.
That's right.
Stephen Drake's need to and a flex. Ridley, Cup, Juju, Ballage, James Robinson, Gurley, and a full PPR. So I'm assuming when he says need to, he needs 2 wide receivers, maybe?
Probably. I'm guessing, yes.
But he lists 3 wide receivers and 3 running backs. So let's just pick 2 wide receivers and 2 running backs just in case.
Okay.
So for me, for the wide receivers, I'm going Juju and Cup over Ridley.
Yes, I would agree with that.
For the running backs, I would go Gurley and James Robinson over Ballage. God, Ballage is making us double guess for
what the hell has the world come to when you're actually contemplating Kalen Ballage, and I can't just give you a straight answer as to why. I mean, the guy has got a great matchup and he's getting volume. I mean, the smart play is to stick with your studs and go Robinson and Gurley. If you want to play it a little bit safer, though, honestly, I don't hate going Gurley and Balaj.
So if we had to pick two wide receivers and we picked Kupp and Juju, who are we going for our flex?
I will gamble and go with Todd Gurley.
Okay. I agree with that. If we're picking James Robinson and do we flex Ridley at all, I guess is the question?
Probably not.
No. Okay. David Glessner, half PPR. Should I start Michael Pittman, Jacoby Myers, or A.J. Brown as wide receiver 2? And should I flex any of these guys over James Conner? I have Keenan Allen as my wide receiver 1. Well, Mike Pittman is out of the equation for me if you've got Jacoby Myers and A.J. Brown. If you're looking for upside, it's A.J. Brown at your wide receiver 2. If you're looking for safety, then it's Jacoby Myers this week because he should get plenty of targets, and he's not going to be as big play dependent as A.J. Brown will be in a tougher matchup.
Yeah, agreed. A.J. Brown's going to be a little bit more boomer bust. He's going to need that big play touchdown to give him the great day. Jacoby Myers gives you that safe floor. But I wouldn't put either one of those guys over James Conner. I leave James Conner in the lineup.
Yeah, I'm leaving James Conner there. Aaron Northcutt, J.D. McKissick, Zeke Fuller, pick 2.5 PPR. Zeke and Fuller for me. If it was a full PPR, I would consider J.D. McKissick over Fuller. But quite honestly, if he catches 10 targets, in a half PPR, that's still 5 points that you're losing tomorrow. Yeah. So for me, it's still Zeke and Fuller.
Yep, I got to agree.
Rishi Sony, C. Davis, Rager, or Marvin Jones, pick 1. I'm going Marvin Jones there.
Yep, I am too.
And then Duke J, Salvin, Ahmed, Gio, or Gurley, pick 2. Is it Gio and Gurley?
I think Gio and Gurley is a little bit higher of a ceiling than Salvin Ahmed and Gurley. Personally, I'd probably go Gio and Gurley.
People are going to hate me, but I've got Duke Johnson right now, RB15.
I got him at 21.
The one thing, and I might change that a little bit before tomorrow, but the one thing I'm thinking with Duke Johnson this week, tough matchup on the outside for the wide receivers. He's got the backfield literally to himself.
Yep.
I mean, how many fantasy points did he have last week? Like 8?
It wasn't a lot.
It wasn't a lot, yeah. So, I mean, the upside is there, but, I mean, it's not the greatest matchup in the world, but it's a matchup where they could have to rely on him. I will still stick here with Gio and Gurley.
Yep. That's where I'm going with.
Pick 2. Love the channel. Thanks, Rishi. Love you too, my man. Bradley Davis, half PPR. Mike Evans, Marvin Jones, Jalen Reagor, Hunter Henry, and Jared Cook. We're picking 1 wide receiver, 1 tight end, and 1 flex. Thank you guys for your amazing information. Appreciate it, Bradley. Marvin Jones is my wide receiver.
Yep.
My tight end is Hunter Henry.
Yep.
And then at this point,
I'm flexing Mike Evans.
I have Mike Evans as a sit.
You do, but as a flex play, I can't hate it.
Yeah.
The potential ceiling for a flex play of Mike Evans is that's where I'd have to go.
The one thing that's keeping me from completely disagreeing and saying Jalen Reagor is that weather now, because Jalen Reagor was a start for me this week, but I've got to look more into that weather, and I would play Mike Evans over Jared Cook because I'm not going to trust a tight end in that situation. So
no.
If you're looking for some more upside, I'm good with going Mike Evans there and hoping he scores a touchdown.
Look at Diego F out there. He says, people really think that their no-tip questions will get answered. Well, Diego, you could have asked the question right there because we bounce back and forth all show long, my friend, but you're too busy complaining. So, yeah, they would be.
Don't complain. And then again, too, I've said it 100 times. As soon as we get 800 likes on this video, we're hopping over there and we're answering as many as we possibly can. As we possibly can. So, hey, just hit the like button and then we're going to answer all of them. So let's go, baby. Hit that like. I know you all can do it. I'm going to give you all till 9. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to hit 800 likes. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see how quick you can do it. I'm challenging you, Headliner Nation. Adrian S. Should I start Justin Jefferson, J.D. McKissick, Tyler Boyd in a PPR league? I've got J.J. the highest there.
Yeah, give me some Justin Jefferson this week.
Corvette Foster 40, PPR, CEH, or Geo. That's CEH for me.
Oh, God.
I've got him 3-4 spots higher than Gio right now.
I mean, I got CEH higher too. It just worries me that they don't want to run the ball in Kansas City at all. But I got CEH higher still.
Melanator 420 coming back with another question. Should I use the number one waiver claim to pick up Gaskin? He clears waivers tomorrow in my league. Someone dropped him the other day. You guys are awesome. If he clears waivers tomorrow, honestly, I don't use it. Save it. And if he clears, then grab him. But I don't think there's any guarantee that he comes back and all of a sudden, boom, we're seeing so much of a high upside that you have to use a number one waiver on him.
Yep. I mean, especially with the way that Ahmed's been playing, how do we know that Gaskin comes back and just gets that entire workload like he did beforehand? There could be a little bit more of a split than we saw before he got injured.
Z, you guys are awesome. No, you're awesome, Z. In a standard league, Hayden Hurst, Goddard, or Fant, who to start this weekend, and who's the best to keep for the rest of the season? For the rest of the season, it's Fant for me because I think he has less weapons to take from him. Nothing against Tim Patrick, nothing against Jerry Jeudy. They're just not quite as established as what the other guys are on the other teams. For this week, however, I've got Noah Fant at 6, Hayden Hurst at 8, Goddard at 9. So I do have Fant a little bit higher. Now that Calvin Ridley is back, Hayden Hurst not nearly as safe as what he may have been had Ridley been out.
Perfect. Agreed.
True Legend likes my beard. Appreciate it, True Legend.
Wow.
Let's just face it, True Legend. You like everything about me.
He does. He's been saying it for years.
Everything. He's my number one OnlyFans. He's actually the only one who's subscribed to my OnlyFans at this point. And it's weird because I've told him I'll do anything and he just wants feet pics.
This is getting weird.
Jamison Lundstrom, Carr Cousins, or Alex Smith this week?
I have Kirk Cousins highest, unfortunately. But Kirk Cousins in a matchup going up against the Dallas Cowboys with the way Justin Jefferson is playing, that's my choice.
Oh, Derek Preston with the 10 bomb says, "Sup, guys? Can you send a shout out to my girlfriend, Heather? She's watching the live show." Heather, what's up?
Hey, Heather. How's it going?
How's it going, Heather?
Heather, how much do you enjoy fantasy football? Or are you just watching because Derek's making you watch it? Because either way, kudos to you for watching some fantasy football stuff with Derek.
Congratulations. Heather has won Girlfriend of the Evening for the Fantasy Headliners tonight.
There you go.
That's going to be an award we start giving out.
I'm going to have to make up
Spouse
a certificate
of the Night. Who is it? Heather wins the inaugural Spouse of the Night award on the Fantasy Headliners.
That's right.
Fix my flex in a full PPR, AB or Damian Harris. I'll probably go AB.
Probably. I just gamble on it. I don't love it, but I gamble on it.
Yep. Flex standard, AB, Crowder, or Landry. God, I want to say Crowder, but since it's standard, I feel like that hurts his value a little bit.
I roll AB again. I don't love it, but in a standard league, that's where I go. Yep.
And DST the rest of the season, Ravens or Bears, thoughts? I'm going to stick with the Ravens. The Bears are way too up and down for me.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably stick with Baltimore rest of the season, but I'm always looking to stream. So I don't think either one of them are, untouchable rest of the season.
Yep. Headliner Nation, I was giving you 5 minutes to get to 800 likes. We're at 640 right now, and you only have 1 minute left. Whew.
Nice. Awesome.
Oh, my gosh. Guys are disappointing me just a little bit.
Uh-oh.
I don't like to be disappointed with all of you. Derek Field. Sup, Jake and Kyle? What's going on, Derek?
Sup, Derek?
Need one QB. Are we going with Justin Herbert along with Keenan Allen or Big Ben? It's Justin Herbert for me.
Yeah. I like Big Ben. I got him one spot lower, but I'm going with Justin Herbert still.
Scar 17S, start Marvin Jones or Michael Thomas. That's still Michael Thomas for me.
It is.
Ceiling might not be as high, but that's still a pretty tough matchup. Carolina's been good on defense this year.
Yep, I got to agree.
Nicholas Nolan, thank you guys. Gronk or Hunter Henry? I've got Hunter Henry higher this week. Gronk only saw 3 targets last week. I mean, it was catching the touchdown that really made it for him.
He's going to be.
And on top of that, Brake caught one too.
Yeah, I know. That's what's tough. But yeah, I mean, it's touchdown dependency for Gronk. I don't mind the matchup a lot better though for Hunter Henry.
Krista Williams says, "Hit the beep like button, people." I can't agree with you more, Krista.
Wow, Krista out there yelling at people.
Get him, Krista. Thank you. Who just was told to be nice?
I don't know. Anna's
Anna,
out there watching
our newly appointed moderator.
Yes. She's out there making sure people paying attention and behaving themselves.
Get them. Nicholas Nolan. Oh, we got that one. That was Gronk or Henry. We got you there, Nicholas. The Dylan B half PPR flex, McKissick or Crowder. That's Crowder for me. Jake likes McKissick.
I like McKissick a little bit more only because I don't trust Joe Flacco. That's my biggest issue. I think McKissick is safer. The higher ceiling will always be Crowder, but I think McKissick's slightly safer.
I agree with that one. That one, yep. And then tight end Thomas or Ebron. If you're talking about Ian Thomas or Logan Thomas, if it's Logan Thomas, it's Logan Thomas. If it's Ian Thomas, it's Ebron. I'm assuming you mean Logan Thomas. I hope you do. Jake G, Pittman, Corey Davis, or Josh Reynolds and a half PPR. It's Pittman 100% for me if Alexander and King are out.
Yeah, if they're otherwise, I'm going with Josh Reynolds.
Yeah, that's not a great one.
Yep.
10 Montilvo throwing out a 5 bomb. Appreciate you, 10. John Mosser, pick 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and a flex in PPR. So our running backs that we have to pick from are going to be Zeke, Ballage, and Harris. And we have to pick 2. Ballage and Zeke, I'm going to assume is what your answer is going to be, correct?
You're assuming correctly.
And then 2 wide receivers, Keenan Allen, yes. And then Robbie Anderson, T. Higgins, Marvin Jones Jr., or Mike Evans. I've got Jones a smidgen higher than Higgins this week. No, I don't. I have Higgins higher.
If it's me, I'm going with Allen, Jones, and Evans as my flex.
Okay. I'm going with Allen, Higgins, and Jones as my flex.
Yep.
That's what I'm going with. Dylan Swain, Thielen, Cooks, Godwin, Myers, Zeke, Ballage. Start 1 wide receiver and flex 1 of the remaining and a full PPR. So Thielen's going to be our wide receiver.
Yep.
And then we have to flex 1 more person. That's Zeke. I don't think I could sit Zeke ever.
I don't think you can. I mean, I think you got good options there. I think Ballage has a safer floor. I think Godwin's probably got a safer. Heck, even Jacoby Myers has a safer floor than Zeke right now. It's a gamble to sit him. If you want to take that gamble and you said, listen, I've just had it. I want to go a different direction. What should I do? I'd probably gamble with Chris Godwin at that point.
Harold Sedano, pick 2. Hop, McLaurin, or CMC the rest of the season. I'm taking Hop and McLaurin the rest of the season because I don't know what's going to happen with CMC. As of right now, it's those 2 for me.
I'm worried about CMC rest of season because the Panthers have nothing to really play for. So what is the rush to really bring him back and throw him back out there and make something worse than it already is? So yeah, I'm going to try to venture away from CMC. We also had a couple up there that we missed here, Kyle, from the show. I want to throw it back out there too. Need a 1 wide receiver, 1 flex, Amari Cooper, Jacoby Myers, Robbie Anderson, and Kalen Ballage. So we need 1 wide receiver and 1 flex. If it's me, I'm going, it's a full PPR. If you want to play it safe, you go Myers, Ballage. If you want to gamble for the higher upside, I go Amari, Ballage.
Yes. And then going back down, since I missed that one, I think we're on Jason Thomas now.
Jason Thompson, not Thomas. Yes. My bad, Jason.
Start 1 in a standard league. Rager, Mark Andrews, or Curtis Samuel. As of right now, since it is a standard league, I'll roll with Mark Andrews.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that Lamar can build off some of that momentum from last Sunday. because he looked a little bit better in the passing game. I'm hoping he can build it, off that moment. If you don't want to take that much of a gamble, I think Curtis Samuel with no CMC and some questions at the quarterback position may be the next best option.
Hey, we are 45 likes away from letting it flow. Let's go, people. Hit that like button. I don't think I've ever had a show where you guys have been so stingy on those likes.
No,
Woo.
Holding on to them tonight.
Yeah, you're tucking those legs in your pocket and holding on tight. Joey Respardo, who would you start in the flex for a PPR? Woods, CEH, or Godwin? I always like to start the running backs over the wide receivers. I don't think that's a lock here, but Godwin also has 2 other wide receivers and 2 tight ends taking targets away right now. That Rams offense has been sputtering, so Woods hasn't been quite as good as he was to start the season. I probably still roll with CEH here.
Yep, he's not the safest option, but that's who I go with also.
The Recovery 716 headliners. What's going on? What's up, Recovery? Am I getting too cute by playing Balaj over Zeke this week?
Here we go.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I totally understand it, though. I get it. I mean, they are a lot of people fed up with Zeke, and I can't say that, don't worry, he's going to turn the corner and put up huge numbers, because I don't know that for sure. And Balaj has been playing well, but if you're not going to start him, trade him to somebody for something. Perfect.
We are at 800 likes now. So, Jake, if you want to start fitting that helmet on, I'll go through some of these super chats here while you do that. Tony Fedora, do I dare replace Aaron Jones and James Robinson facing tough Ds with Damian Harris and Duke Johnson, who are playing super weak Ds? Tony, you don't dare do it. Aaron Jones and James Robinson should absolutely be in your lineup over Damian Harris and Duke Johnson. Duke Johnson may have a little bit more upside than James Robinson this week, but I'm not risking that. 10 Montevello, what's going on again, man? Duke Johnson, Damian Harris, or Adrian Peterson? With that question, I am doing Duke Johnson. Hussein Rizik, what's going on, my man? My fiance and I got into a fight. I'm a Lions fan, and she yelled, "Go Pack, go!" I asked for the ring back. #1Pride.
Wow,
you've made an excellent decision there. Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. Jason Olivero, appreciate the 5 bomb. If you disagree with me, you're stupid. What's going on, man? Full PPR, need 2 wide receivers in a flex. Thielen, Deontay, Scary Terry, AB, Gio, Ahmed from Miami, McKissick. Appreciate you guys. Well, for my 2 wide receivers, I'm going Thielen and Scary Terry. If you want all the upside in the world, it's Deontay. If you want to be safe, because it is a full PPR, you could play McKissick over Deontay Johnson, but I personally am not advising that. I'm going with Deontay Johnson there. David Balmez with a 10 bomb and a little superhero type dude flying through the air. I'm assuming that's because, and he's wearing a headband, so I'm assuming that's us.
That's right. That's what
This character is a little portly, though. He's got a little belly on him, so hopefully that part isn't.
Dude, look at this, dude. I'm going headband on the helmet.
Headband on the helmet tonight.
I didn't even know that would work.
Whew.
But it is. Here we go. Nobody does headbands on helmets like we do.
I mean, nobody does helmets like we do.
That's exactly right also. That's what we do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to roll. Get your questions coming in because you are getting ready to experience the greatest segment in the fantasy football industry today. That's right. We're getting ready to let it flow. Jake, let her rip in 3, 2, 1. Let it flow.
What's up, Luke Brown? He says Antonio Brown or CeeDee Lamb. I mean, you could go with the brother Brown here and think that, you guys got that family connection going on. I'm going to take Antonio Brown anyway. What about Nicholas Mackey? Mine's a half PPR, by the way. Nicholas, if you think that we can see your question from further up by just saying that, I have no idea what that is. Watson or Matt Ryan? Give me Matt Ryan. Robbie or Will Fuller? Give me Will Fuller. Ryan Smith just says, sup, fellas. Sup, Ryan. Hines or Myers in a standard league? Both those guys kind of PPR options, but give me Myers by a hair. Dedren Pedren just says LMFAO. He's probably laughing at the headband if I had to guess. Full PPR, Michael Thomas or JD McKissick for the flex. You still got to go Michael Thomas unless you are so averse that you want to go JD McKissick. Mike Williams, Jamison Crowder, or Devontae Parker in a full PPR. I'm going to lean towards Devontae Parker by a hair. Brandon Cooks or Michael Davis Full PPR, Will Fuller is also in there, so I wouldn't go with Cooks. Give me Mike Davis at that point. E-Man, I see you out there, E-Man, and the question scrolled. I'll look for you again. I see you out there, though. Justin Jefferson or Robert Woods, base runner 1480. I'm going with Justin Jefferson. J.D. McKissick or Duke Johnson. If it's a full PPR, give me J.D. McKissick. Otherwise, I'll go Duke Johnson. Pick 2, DJ Chark, Brandon Cooks, or Chris Godwin in a standard league. Give me Godwin and Chark. Full PPR, Myers or Claypool. In a full PPR, I'm going to go with Myers there. Jalen Reagor or Mike Williams. Man, if it's a PPR league, give me Reagor. If it's a standard league, give me Mike Williams. Ryan Smith is just LOLing now. What about Brandon? We just did that one. Hayden Hurst or Jonnu Smith in a half PPR. I'm going to have to stick with our boy Jonnu for right now. How about Watson or Herbert? I got Herbert higher. Woods, Reagor, or Fulgham. If I can only pick one, I'll gamble on Bobby Trees there, Mr. McNuggets. Henderson or Salvin Ahmed. Give me Ahmed over Darrell Henderson here this week. Hooper or Fant in a full PPR. I'm going to go with Fant personally. What about Robert Woods or Ballage at a flex in a full PPR? Ballage is safer. If you want to gamble for the higher ceiling, that's when you go Robert Woods. Hines or Cook as a flex. Man. Play it safer, you go Brandon Cooks. You want to gamble for that higher upside, Josue, that's where you go Hines. How about Salvin Ahmed or Todd Gurley in a PPR league? I got Todd Gurley slightly higher. Ahmed a little bit more safe if you don't want to take the risk. Deontay Johnson or Gio Bernard. Gio Bernard is going to be safer, but personally, I'm going Deontay Johnson as long as he's always healthy. Connor or Gibson in a standard league. In a standard league, I'll probably lean towards Connor by just a hair. Flex, full PPR, McKissick, Gurley, or Curtis Samuel. In a full PPR, the safest play would be J.D. McKissick. More than likely, I'll lean towards Todd Gurley and take a little bit of a risk there. How about Waller, Higgins, or Cooper in a full PPR? I'm going to go T. Higgins. Hunter Henry or Fant in a full PPR. Going to lean towards Hunter Henry on that one. Chark or Ballage in a full PPR. Give me DJ Chark by we'll go back to the Skosh rating. What about Ballage or Devontae Parker at a flex spot? Ballage going to be a little bit safer. Parker if you want the higher ceiling. Rojo or Emmanuel Sanders? Give me Ronald Jones there because I just don't know what's going to happen with this offense in New Orleans. James Jacobu just says hashtag Chubb Life. Absolutely, James. Rocky 3 or Rocky 4? How about Rocky 1? That's the one I'll go with. How about
that one.
Huh?
I can't answer that one.
Kyle, you are watching these shows at some point. Steve Bradbury says, this is horrible. Steve, the feeling is mutual, Steve. Cousins or Wentz, give me Cousins. Hollywood or Reagor? I'm going to go towards Reagor. He's a little bit safer. Hollywood hasn't done a whole lot at all this year. How about Murray or Pirine? I'm guessing that's Latavius Murray, and if it is, that's who I'm choosing. Duke Johnson or Damian Harris in a full PPR. With Michelle coming back, give me Duke Johnson. In a non-PPR, Michael Thomas or Deontay Johnson. Still got to go with Michael Thomas. Kerryon Johnson or Mike Williams as a flex play in a standard league. Give me Mike Williams. Pick 2 running backs, half PPR. Robinson, McKissick, or Duke. I'm going to go with Robinson. And being that it's a PPR league, give me McKissick. What about, should I trade away Kirk and Eckler for Hunt and Watkins in a full PPR? No, because Watkins is a waste of a player to get back. How about standard? I don't even know what the question is. Deontay or Claypool? I'm always going to choose Deontay there just for the volume. Robinson or Ballage? Got Robinson higher. Marvin Jones, Deontay Johnson, Jacoby Myers, A.J. Brown. I can pick 3 of them. It's going to be Deontay Johnson. It's going to be A.J. Brown. If you want to play it safe, you go Jacoby. If you want to gamble for the high upside, you go Marvin. Marvin Jones, that is, not the other Marvin. Somebody's just yelling notifications, just really loud. Notifications. What about Frank Alvarez says gracias de nada. How about Connor or Ballage in a half PPR? I got Connor a little bit higher. Marvin Jones, Jerry Jeudy, or Michael Pittman. Right now, it's going to be Marvin Jones. Start 1, Cup, Godwin, or A.J. Brown for Henny Joe. That one is tough. If I had to choose between them, I'm going with Chris Godwin. AB or Woods? Gonna go with Woods there on that one also. What about Crowder or Parker in a full PPR? I'll lean towards Parker just because I don't trust Joe Flacco. How about half PPR Cooper, AB, MT, or Myers? I can pick 2 of them. And it scrolled up. That sucks. I lost it. How about Chark, Rojo, Parker, Marvin Jones? I can pick 2 of them. I'll go with Chark as one of them. And give me Marvin Jones as the second. Claypool, Godwin, A.J. Brown, Ridley in a PPR. I'm guessing I can only choose one, and if I can, it's going to be Godwin. Duke or Geo in a half PPR, give me Geo. Help Antonio B, Geo or Duke in the flex. Safest option there is going to be Geo. E-Man, I see you. Full PPR. I need one wide receiver and a flex. I'm losing my voice. What do? I got T. Higgins, A.J. Brown, Justin Jefferson, Deontay Johnson, Kalen Balazs, J.D. McKissic, Gio Bernard. Holy crap, you have a lot of options. You only need one wide receiver and a flex. Give me Justin Jefferson and Deontay Johnson there. If you want to play it safer, I'll go Balazs over Johnson, but the ceiling's going to be a lot lower. Half PPR, Rager or Curtis Samuel, give me Rager. Judy or McKissic in a half PPR, give me McKissic. Hines or Geo, give me Geo. What about Anna's just yelling at somebody, yes, with a lot of exclamation marks. Woods, Boyd, or Chark in a half PPR. I'm going to go with DJ Chark. Christian Ocampo says, we're at 800, boys. Let's get flowing. I've been flowing for a while, and I'm about flowed out here at this point. Juju, DJ Moore, and Antonio Brown. If I can only choose one, it's going to be Juju. Can you eat a bagel through the helmet? Steve, I would sure try right now, but I don't think it would work, but I would always give it a shot. Gio Bernard or Taysom Hill? I'm going to go with Gio Bernard. Taysom Hill, exclamation mark. I'm not overly excited about Taysom Hill. Damian Harris or Kalen Balazs? Give me Kalen Balazs now with Sony Michel coming back. A-Rob or Deontay? Give me Deontay Johnson because Allen Robinson is not playing. He's on bye week. You tried to catch me, and I'm on to you. I'm on to your scheme. I figured it out. Duke or Mike Williams in a half PPR. Duke will be safer. Higher ceiling, Mike Williams. Steven Bowman says he loves the helmet. Steven, thank you very much. Love you, Steven. Hurst or Henry? Give me Henry. Gio or Ahmed? I'll probably lean towards Gio just by a hair, but I don't hate Ahmed either. Marvin Jones or Jacoby Myers in a full PPR. Give me Jacoby Myers. Woo!
Let's go. My turn. All right. Michael Snake, 6. My team is Josh Allen, Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, Tyler Boyd, and Kelsey. Running backs, McKinnon, Hyde, Duke, and AP. Joe Mixon and Justin Jackson are on IR. 5-5, 12-man league. Do I have a chance? I do believe you have a chance. You are pretty thin at running back, though, and that's kind of an issue. So me personally, I don't know. I'd let people know that I'm interested in possibly trading Travis Kelce for a running back and another tight end in return. Don't do anything stupid. Don't take an awful offer. But I think for you to make it, you're going to have another running back. Chapstick 1972, Ridley, Crowder, Thielen, PPR, pick 2. I'm going to go with Thielen and Ridley, even though Ridley's foot might be bothering him a little bit. Chris Bailey, J-Rob, or MT. I'm okay with going MT here. I think they both have about the same floor, but I think MT's ceiling might be a little bit higher. DeMarcus Rogers, Flex, Hines, Cooper, AJ Brown, Robert Woods, James Robinson. Personally, for me, I've got Cooper the highest out of all of those. If you want to be a little bit more safe, go with James Robinson, though, since he's the guy that we know will probably still get a decent amount of volume. Jeffrey Foote, hey, guys, please help Rojo or Fournette. I'm going Rojo over Fournette. And Dalton or Taysom Hill, I'm going with Dalton. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Jeffrey. Jordan Makowitz, pick 2 and a flex. Zeke, McKissic, Henderson, and Peterson. So I'm picking 3 here. Zeke, McKissic, and Peterson. Yon, Godwin, Thomas, or Deontay Johnson. If I only have to pick one, still going to be Michael Thomas there. Rob G, half PPR, Jamal Williams or Adrian Peterson? Adrian Peterson. Leo Benjamin, Connor, Gibson, or Taysom in the flex? Oh, man. I mean, if you're wanting that upside, it's going to go Taysom here. Personally, since you have Connor and Gibson, I probably go with Gibson anyway over Taysom, just because I know he's going to get the touches. He's going to get the goal line touches. He's going to get a decent amount of work. That's probably the route that I go anyway. John Kitco, Barrera, Tua, or Stafford at QB. Still going to go Stafford barely over Tua and pick 3 wide receivers, Claypool, Fuller, Marvin Jones, Ridley in a standard league. I'm going to go with Claypool, Ridley, and Marvin Jones here. Corvette Foster 40, PPR, start 2 wide receivers. T. Higgins, Deontay Johnson, and Fuller. It's T and Deontay for me. Alejandro Carmona in a PPR. Davis, Balazs, Duke. Pick 2. If I'm picking 2 here, it's going to be Davis Hold on. I got to see where Ballage is real quick. Duke Johnson has more upside for me personally. I do have him higher. If you want to be safer, go Ballage and Davis. If you want more upside, it's Davis and Duke. And then out of Crowder and Cooper, I'm going with Cooper. Jason Dale, 6-0. And my last 6. Thanks, guys. That a babe. Go get the Patreon membership. Yes. Great plug there, Jason. 1v2 battle this week versus my brother. 1 running back, 3 wide receivers, 1 flex, half PPR. Hines, Fournette, Jacobs, Madison, Tyreek Hill, Tyreek Thielen, Juju, Cole Edwards, started Drake as my running back. So my 1 running back here is going to be Josh Jacobs. My 3 wide receivers are going to be Tyreek, Thielen, and Juju. And then my 1 flex is going to be, I'm going to go with Hines. I'm going to go with Hines here over Cole and Fournette, just barely, since you already started Drake. Art Form 74. Hey guys, you guys are on point. So I have Claypool, Crowder, Chark, Woods, Pittman, Rager, Connor, Zeke, and Harris. Full PPR. Need 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers and a flex. So for my 2 wide receivers, I am going to go with Woods. And I'm going to go with Chark. For my flex, for my 2 running backs, I'm going to go with Connor. I'm going to go with Zeke. And then for my flex, I am going to go, if you want upside, I'm going with Claypool there. If you're needing some upside, go ahead and put Claypool in. Corey McPherson with the 10 bomb. Appreciate you, Corey. Full PPR was offered Josh Jacobs and my choice of Ridley or Boyd for my James Robinson and Keenan Allen. Do I do it? And if so, which receiver would you choose? I'm kind of on the fence about this one. Josh Jacobs and Ridley for me is not a bad return. But quite honestly, with that right there, I'm going to hold James Robinson and Keenan Allen, because Keenan Allen is such a better choice right now over Ridley and Boyd. The difference between James Robinson and Jacobs just isn't enough for me. Alejandro Camarena, PPR, Woods, Higgins, or Fuller. Pick 2. I'm going to go with Woods and Higgins. And then out of Goddard or Hurst, I'm going with Hurst. Jay Lopez, pick 4 in a PPR. Calvin Ridley, Tyler Boyd, Robert Woods, CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Reagor, Hollywood Brown, Alan Lazard, Jakeem Grant. It's Ridley, Boyd, Woods. And if you want upside, it's Lamb. If you want safety, it's Rager. Jason Olivero, Kyle, and Jake, you guys rock. Jason, you rock in a half PPR. Aaron Rodgers or Kirk Cousins. I've got Rodgers higher this week. And then Deontay or Sharknado. I've got Deontay Johnson higher. Keep up the great work. Appreciate it. Jason. Anna says, since when did this become the fantasy headbands?
When we go to work, Anna, we put the headbands on.
We got to keep the sweat out of our eyes.
Yeah.
Robert with the 10 bomb and a PPR start. Big Ben, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, McLaurin, Lockett, A.J. Brown, Hunter, Henry. The bench is Stafford, Godwin, Ahmed Fant, Rager, Jonathan Taylor. Should I make any changes there? McLaurin, A.J. Brown, Rager, Hunter, Henry over Fant. No, I'm keeping it as is. Kyrie Preston. Hi, guys. Would you start Adrian Peterson or Duke? I've got Duke higher. Jay Hawley, 203. A.J. Brown or Brandon Cooks? I've got A.J. Brown higher. Astro Joes. It's like a long O there. Astro Joes. Trade Dalvin and Godwin for Henry and AJ Brown. No, I'm not doing that. I want to make sure. Yep. Derrick Henry. No, I'm keeping Dalvin and Godwin already in the playoffs. I have Jones, Eckler, Montgomery, Keenan Allen, and Mike Evans. No, I'm sticking with what you have there. Chris Kane, congrats on the growth of the channel, boys. I remember telling Jake he needed an intern when it first started. I need 2.5 PPR, Cooper, Crowder, Fuller, DJ Moore. If I'm picking 2 here, I'm going to go with Cooper and then DJ Moore if Teddy B is starting. If Teddy B ends up being out, then I probably revert back to Fuller as my higher upside play. Appreciate the congrats there, Chris. And we tried to get Jake an intern, but that fell through. Chris Rockback, need help in a full PPR with a wide receiver 2 and a flex this week. Have wide receiver A.J. Brown, T. Higgins, Antonio Gibson, Ballage, and McKissick. Always great advice, guys. So wide receiver 2 for me is going to be A.J. Brown, and then I'm flexing Antonio Gibson. I hate leaving Higgins on my bench. Higgins might be a little bit safer than A.J. Brown this week. So if you're able to play a safer bet there, it's Higgins. But if you need upside, A.J. Brown has always got that deep threat potential. Mark Cleveland, good trade or grade my trade. I traded a running back I needed a running back really bad. So I traded Allen Robinson and Galladay for Hunt and Mike Evans. Love the show. I would have rather had Allen Robinson and Galladay over Hunt and Mike Evans. But if you really needed a running back that bad and you're already set at wide receiver, for me to be able to grade this trade, I would need to know what other wide receivers you have now on your roster. And just in terms of a value standpoint, I think you lost a little bit, but that's also going to depend on how Mike Evans continues to play with AB there being now. So right now, it's kind of like a B for me, but again, it could end up becoming like an A if your wide receivers were already stacked. Tanner Worley, Ahmed, P. Ryan, or Brown. I'm going to go Ahmed there. Kodak Black, I need more consistent wide receiver. Should I trade Tyler Lockett for Allen Robinson? I mean, will you get more consistent? Yes, you get more consistency, but you are going to lose a lot of ceiling. So it kind of depends on what other wide receivers you have around you. If your wide receivers as a whole are inconsistent, but you still have some upside elsewhere on your roster, like at running back, I'm okay with the trade. Matt Cigars with the $3 bomb. Appreciate you, Matt. The recovery 716. Would you guys sit James Robinson for Duke Johnson? Not that risky this week. It's close for me, but I'm still going with James Robinson. Big O, flex Marvin Jones or Damian Harris in a standard league. It's Marvin Jones there. Kalafa Kingston, what's happening? Jake and Kyle, 112,000 strong. Congrats on all the success. Kalafa, my man, appreciate you being in the chat tonight. Lawn Bear with the 10 bomb. Any moves I should make? Standard scoring QB Herbert, running backs Chubbs, Hunt, Gibson, CEH, Mixon, Eckler. Woo-hoo. Wide receivers, Woods, Antonio Brown, Galladay, Allen Robinson, Lazard, tight ends, Andrews, Taylor, Hill. You are stacked at running back, my man. Yeah. Me personally, I see if I can't package together like an Andrews and CEH for Waller or Kelsey. Maybe you could even toss in a little bit extra there, but like Chubb, Hunt, and Gibson are going to be fine until Eckler get back. So you've got some room to work with. Should you make a trade? I think right now I'm going to the Kelsey owner and I'm saying, what would it take for me to get Kelsey from you? That's what I would do. Yeah, Leo Benjamin. Hey guys, I failed to mention it's a full PPR. Pick one running back and one flex from the three. Connor, Gibson, and Taysom Hill. I'm still going to go with Connor and Gibson here. If I could put Taysom Hill at tight end, I would, but flexing him over some of these more consistent running backs, that would be very scary for me this week. B-Lee, have a wide receiver, tight end, flex spot, no starting tight end. Would you start Taysom Hill over Juju or Thielen? No, I would not. Jake, do you want to let it flow in the headliners club again?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Do another one real quick.
Okay, I'll do a couple more here. Sandeep Badram, PPR tight end plus flex. Mark Andrews, Taysom Hill, Jonnu Higgins, A.J. Brown, Rojo, A.J. Brown, and then Taysom Hill at the flex. Gerard Delafera, Gio, Connor, CEH, pick two. I'm going to go with Gio and Connor right now. Florian, W.O.B., PPR, pick one. Hines, Drake, Bernard, Taylor, Peterson. If I'm picking one, Drake already played, so that one won't work. I'm going with Gio. Gerald Bondic with a 15 bomb. Appreciate it. Hey, Jake and Kyle. Hope you're 100%, Jake. Full PPR, change lineup. Stafford, McLaurin, Rager, Chubby Balaj, Hawk, and Hollywood. Bench Boyd, Taylor, and Ahmed. Out are Mixon, Monty, and Ertz. I'm putting Tyler Boyd in over Hollywood Brown. That's a much safer bet for me. I'm making that change pretty easily.
Yeah. All right. You ready for me?
Yep. Jake, go ahead and take over, and then I'll get back to the the super chats when you're done with that.
All right. Well, I don't have my helmet on, but we'll still go for it anyway. Boyd, Woods, or Fulgham. Pick two in a full PPR. I'm still gonna actually. I think the safer options would be Boyd and Woods. Still, I don't love Fulgham with everybody coming back. Myers or Jones. If it's a full PPR, give me Myers. Otherwise, going Marvin Jones. Pick flex Duke or DJ Chark or Curtis Samuel. I'm going to go with DJ Chark in this one as long as it's a flex play. Trade Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Jones for Alvin Kamara. No, that's too much. Even though you have Lamar. Why do you have Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes? You should not have drafted two quarterbacks so early. Standard, Tyler Boyd or Gio. Gio's going to be a little bit safer. Higher ceiling if you want to gamble, then that's Tyler Boyd. Michael Thomas or Antonio Brown. Still going to be Michael Thomas. PPR 8-man league. Cup, Jones, Jr., or Pittman. If I can only choose one, give me Marvin Jones, Jr. Where is Swagrich at, though? He's here. He's just not unleashed as of yet, but he's always watching.
I had to put him in a closet for a little bit. He was starting to get OC.
Yeah, he was getting a little unbearable there for a little bit. What about Logan Thomas or Ebron? Give me Logan Thomas. Taysom Hill or Waller in a full PPR. At this point, I kind of just maybe play it the right way and go with Waller because I don't want to sit him either. Jacoby Myers or Marvin Jones is a wide receiver too. Full PPR, give me Myers. Everything else, give me MJJ. How about a full PPR pick 2? Hunt, Davis, or Godwin? Give me Hunt. And if you want to play it safer, you go Davis. If you're gambling, then you go Godwin. Personally, I'm going with Davis in that one. Sean McEwen says he feels left out. Don't feel left out, Sean. We try to include as many people as we possibly can. Standard, Sanders or Jacobs? Can't sit Jacobs right now. I just can't with the amount of volume that he's getting. Plus, he torched Kansas City the last time they played just a few weeks ago. Miles Sanders or James Robinson? And that one I'll go with Miles Sanders. We need the helmet on, Jake. Fine, hang on. I got you. Gosh, you guys are so picky these days.
Y'all are so needy for taking it so long to get to 800 tonight.
Joe Burrow or Alex Smith? Got Joe Burrow higher. Cup or Gurley in a flex PPR? I'll play it safer and go with Gurley. Kellis Talk says the top 10 quarterbacks rest of season. That's really hard without looking at a list. Murray, Mahomes, Wilson, Herbert, Big Ben, Lamar, Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, Joe Burrow, and my boulder call Ryan Tannehill. How about full PPR, Jerry Jeudy or Salvin Ahmed? Give me Ahmed there. Ingram or Sony? Can't trust Sony Michel because we don't know what the volume's going to be with Damian Harris, so give me Mark Ingram and cross your fingers. Full PPR, Rager or Keelan Cole? Give me Rager. Everybody's laughing. It's probably because I had to put my helmet on. What are my feelings on Michael Thomas? I don't have any feelings personally for Michael Thomas, but I don't like the potential upside anymore with Taysom Hill. I think that the upside, the ceiling would have been just as good with Jameis Winston because we know he's going to throw the ball down the field. JF Exotics, DJ Moore or Marvin Jones Jr. as a flex half PPR? Please answer with like a frowning face. So if it's between DJ Moore and Marvin Jones Jr., I'm going to go with Marvin Jones as of right now because we still don't know the status of Teddy Bridgewater. We won't till game time. Cousins or Taysom Hill? Give me Cousins here this week. I'm sure he's going to disappoint me, but the matchup is too great. Thielen or Fuller? Give me Thielen. Logan Thomas or Ebron? I got Logan Thomas higher. Ridley, Woods, or McLaurin in a full PPR? If I can only choose one, give me Terry McLaurin. Half PPR flex, Hollywood Brown, Hines, or AP. In a half PPR, I think the safest option is AP. You want to gamble for the higher upside, then it's Naheem Hines. Debo or Sterling Shepard rest of season? I'll go with Debo, but I don't love it. Trey Burton or Irv Smith in a PPR? Neither, but give me Trey Burton by a hair. Now Sean is blowing me kisses. I see you out there, Sean. Needs to flex AB or Geo. That's going to be Geo. Thanks for putting the helmet on. You're the best. Well, I saw you, Maestro. I saw you out there telling me to put it on, so I did it. Samuel or Crowder? If it's a full PPR, give me Crowder. Everything else is Samuel. Full PPR, Fulgham or Pittman? Give me Fulgham there. Hines or Fournette? I'm going Hines. Standard, Lamar or Big Ben? I got Big Ben higher this week. Choose one. Flex, Myers, Williams, and Duke Johnson in a full PPR. I'm going with Jacoby Myers. Thanks, man. Nope, appreciate you. Ahmed or Bernard in a full PPR. I think Ahmed's probably a little bit safer, but personally, I'm going to go with Gio. Gurley or Duke Johnson? I got Gurley just a couple spots higher. Thanks, bro. You guys are awesome. No, thank you, JF. How about Superflex, CEH, or Tua? Honestly, give me Tua. I'll go with Tua there in the Superflex. T. Higgins or Brandon Cooks? Going with T. Higgins. Cup or Gurley in the flex? I think Gurley's probably slightly safer. The higher ceiling is Cup if you want to take that gamble. Do I switch Travis Fulgham to Jerry Jeudy? No, probably not, because Drew Lock isn't 100% either. Wentz or Alex Smith? Weather got me nervous. Yeah, weather should get you nervous. That and Carson Wentz can't play consistent football to save his life. With that being said, I still have him a couple spots higher. Duke or Gio? Got Gio higher. Full PPR, Mike Davis or Deontay Johnson? Davis is safer. Deontay Johnson is who I would go with in gamble. Rodgers or Roethlisberger? I got Big Ben a little bit higher. Woo!
Chat, come on, let's hit 1,000 likes. There's 1,122 people watching right now. We are at 955 likes. Let's go get it, baby. Lock for 23. Rager, Antonio Brown, Chark, one wide receiver and one flex. I'm going to go with Chark and Rager here if you want a little bit more upside. Jason Dale, this is for the goofs who gave the thumbs down, you squares. Jason said perfectly. John Morgan, I need 3 of 6. Michael Thomas, Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, T. Higgins, and Juju. Also, Connor Robinson or Gio need 2. Connor and Robinson for the running backs. Trade some of those wide receivers. Get an upgrade at running back. Devontae Adams, yes, 100% going that route. Mike Thomas, we're also going to throw out there. Justin Jefferson is going to be my third one. If you want a little bit more upside, then go Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, and Juju over Michael Thomas. Rob G, Adrian Peterson or James Robinson in a half PPR. We're going to go with James Robinson. Chris with the 10 bomb. Appreciate you, Chris. Hey, guys, who would you play at running back? Akers, Johnson, or Breida? I'm going to go with Kerryon Johnson there. Mixon killed me with the IR along with Monster on a bye, so I'm desperate. I'm going Kerryon Johnson if it's a PPR, half PPR format. Austin Klein, not going to lie, fantasy football, that Mixon IR spot really hurt my feelings. Austin, I'm feeling it as well, my man. Stuart Morrison, my bad. I got Lamar, gave him Chark and Duke, had to fix my QB situation, feel good about it. Happy early Thanksgiving. Stuart, don't love it as much as I would have loved the other trade that you made, considering you already had a couple of quarterbacks. If it's a super flex league, then it makes a little bit more sense. Straight out of Visa, flex 3 more. Boyd, Crowder, Harris, Blige, Henderson, or Fournette in a full PPR. If we want upside, the upside is going to be more Boyd and Crowder. If we want to play it a little bit more safe, I'm going with more Boyd and Blige there. K. Ellis talks QB rankings the rest of the season, 4 points per touchdown. I mean, like my top ones are going to be Kyler Murray, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers is going to be up there as well. It's kind of that tier 1. You can toss Russell Wilson in it as well. Kind of that tier 2 is going to be Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, Matt Ryan. It's hard for me to just throw a bunch of rankings together right here on the spot. So I don't really have QB rankings the rest of the season, but K. Ellis talks. Is he in Patreon? Do you know?
I don't.
Offhand?
I don't know.
If you are, you could send us that message and I could get it through to you. But right now I can't really give you like rest of the season rankings. I'd have to sit down and look at it a little bit more in depth. I don't want to miss something. Huge reaction.
It's huge G reaction.
No, that's not reaction. I love it. Huge reaction. Huge G-rection.
That is awesome.
I love it.
I didn't see it that fast. That was awesome.
Oh, man. Need 1 running back at 2 flex and full PPR. God, that kills me. 1 running back, 2 flex. Crowder, AB Peterson, Jonathan Taylor, Duke Johnson, and Damian Williams. Starting Hill at tight end. Thanks, guys. I'm going Duke Johnson. I'm going AB, and I'm going Crowder there. Carl's Walker traded Chark for Daniel Jones, full PPR. My wide receivers are Godwin, A-Rob, Corey Davis, and Rager. Picked up Jakeem also. QBs are Tua, Dalton, Lowton, and Jones. If it's a super flex league, I think adding Jones was probably a good bet for you. But if this is a 1 QB league, I would not have made that trade. Daniel Flores, who is a safer flex play this week? Chark or Lamb? Chark is going to be safer. David Vanderwick, should I trade Mostert and DJ Moore for CEH and Antonio Brown? I would not. Jake, do you agree with that?
I mean, you're really banking on the fact that you hope Mostert comes back and is effective. If you can get CEH and Antonio Brown, I mean, it's a toss-up. I don't know if it really improves the overall roster.
Jeff Voof, half PPR. Who should I flex in the flex spot? Gio or Jamison Crowder? I'm going to go Gio there. My league has 3 wide receiver spots. I have Lockett, DJ Moore, and Fuller. I'm going Gio, and I'm keeping it the same everywhere else. Stephen Bowman, start 1 in the flex. Hamler, Ruggs, Hall, or JT? I'm going to go Ruggs. He torched KC the last time that they played. Dr. Razzle in a 12-team 2 QB league. Carson, Coleman, Debo, and Watkins are all on a buy or hurt. Waiver wire, Pascal or Perryman. I'm going to go with Perryman. Probably a little bit more upside. I don't love the matchup for him in terms of a big game, but I think it's more than Pascal. I am no love. Traded Deontay Johnson for DeAndre Swift. Ooh, that hurts. I have Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, Metcalf, Scary Terry, Waller, and Herbert. Good trade and a good team. I mean, I don't mind the trade. I didn't mind the trade before Swift went down with the concussion this week. It just sucks that he did right after you made the trade. For the rest of the season, though, because your wide receivers are pretty good, I'm not hating on that at all. Marcus Gallardo throws out a 10 bomb, but retracts the message. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, don't retract the message if you send us a super chat. We will get to all of them. We appreciate the dono. Sorry we don't get to your question there, Marcos. I am no love. Likely to score more fantasy points, Big Ben or Herbert? We both got Herbert higher this week, right?
Yes, Herbert's at number 4.
Yep. John Morgan need 3 of the 6 wide receivers. Devontae Adams, yes. I thought I already did this one. Maybe it was sent twice because I picked Devontae Adams, Michael Thomas, and Justin Jefferson. And then if you wanted more upside, go Juju over Michael Thomas. Connor or James Robinson or Gio need to. It's Connor and James Robinson. Giancarlo Samoya. Trade McCaffrey or hold him on the bench, tied for the 2nd seed. Because you're the 2 seed and your team's already been performing well, I keep McCaffrey. Leave him on the bench for right now. City T, D. Parker, Mooney at the flex. I'm going to go with Parker. Any hesitation with Ridley? A little bit, but it depends on who you could play over him. That's going to be the biggest factor for me. Orly with the 10 bomb. What's going on, fellas? Full PPR flex spot. Deontay Johnson, McKissick, Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, or A.J. Brown. If I can only pick one of these guys, I'm picking Justin Jefferson. Separate half PPR 1 running back. Zeke Robinson or Hunt? I'm going to go with Hunt. Appreciate the info and hard work, you guys. Zeke is probably a little bit safer than Hunt, but Hunt has so much upside every single week. He's getting more than enough touches in that lineup. I would have him over Zeke if you need a little bit more upside. Sean McEwen, need 1 flex full PPR, Gio or AB. If we want to be safer, we're going to go with Gio here. Mike Cerniglia, Rodgers or Ryan? I'm going to go with Rodgers. I get it wrong?
Yeah, it's Cerniglia, I think.
Cerniglia. Okay, my bad. Ryan has been hard to trust, but Rodgers has a tough matchup this week. Love you guys. Stay safe. Love you too, Mike. I'm still going to go with Rodgers this week. Diesel SG, pick 2 in a standard league. Godwin, Antonio Brown, Woods, Cooper, Crowder. If I'm picking 2 here, I'm going to pick Godwin and I'm going to pick Cooper. Love when Jake throws out the one-liners and Kyle doesn't even notice or pay attention. It's gotten to a point where it doesn't catch me off guard nearly as much as it used to. Van Flowers with the 10 bomb. I play in a double flex PPR league. Who should I start this week? Hines or Higgins? It's Higgins for me. Marcos Gallardo at the flex. Curtis Samuels, Emmanuel Sanders, or Corey Davis. I'm going to go with Emmanuel Sanders there. Michael Sepulveda, what's going on, Michael? Sup, guys? Got here super late. Hey, better late than never. Would you start Taysom Hill over Wentz? No, I am starting Wentz. I know Wentz is 1 higher in the ranking, but the matchup is so good. I'm going to go with Wentz just because we have no idea what's going to go over with Hill. Maybe he does start, but maybe Winston ends up coming in after him. Jay Busy Smith, what's up, guys? Hope all is well. Half PPR wide receiver 1 and 2. Who should I play? Woods, Ridley, Lamb, Jones, Judy, and 1 for the flex. I'm going Woods, I'm going Ridley, and I'm going Jones. Thanks, guys, and stay safe. Jay Busy, you stay safe as well. Anthony Denicola, can you say happy B-Day to my daughter, Sophia? She is 5. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
dear Sophia.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Sophia. We did you one better. You said say it. I sang it because that's what we do around here. Wes with the 10 bomb. Derrick Henry or Chubby in a half PPR. I'm still going to go with Derrick Henry here. It's not by a whole lot, but it's by a smidge. It's barely. Yeah, I'm still going to go Henry there. Or Chubb. Or yes, Henry. Question number 2. Can you get them both in your lineup somehow? Because that is what I would like you to do. Chris, shut your mouth over there. Mark Gorton Jr., half PPR, Juju or Ridley. I'm going to go with Juju. Florian Woe, PPR, pick 3, Julio, Juju, AB or McLaurin. It's Juju, Julio, and McLaurin for me easily. Tony Fedora, Kyle's beard is okay, but Jake and his salt and pepper beard look amazing. Hashtag fantasy expert crush. It's because my camera's not on the other side now. The salt and pepper is on this side. It's not really on this side. And even though it looks light up here, that's a little bit of gray through here. So
anyway, sorry.
Rush Prime, it's your niece's birthday. That happy birthday goes out to her as well. Nicholas McKay, need 3. McKissick, Balaj, Peterson, Gio. I'm going McKissick, Balaj, and Gio. Or could I bench 1 extra and start Fuller or Thielen? You should be starting Thielen 100%, no matter what. Thielen needs to be in your lineup 100%. I'm okay with going McKissick and Balaj, or excuse me. If it's a PPR, it's McKissick and Balaj. If it's half or less, it's Balaj and Gio. Balaj. Jay Fernaz, pick 2, DJ Shark, Brandon Cooks, Chris Godwin in a standard league. I'm going to go with Chark and Godwin here, just barely over Cooks. Jason Rodriguez, hey guys, big fan. What's going on, Jason? Need 2 flex starters in a full PPR league. Need to choose between Cooks, Crowder, Antonio Brown, Michael Thomas, and Robert Woods. We're going to go Woods and Michael Thomas here. Eric Cruz with the 10 bomb. What's going on, my man? Eric, he's always in the comments. Start 1 QB, 1 tight end, 1 wide receiver, and 2 flex. So for my 1 QB, I'm going Wentz over Taysom and Newton. For my tight end, I'm going Goddard over Cooks. And then for the wide receiver, I am starting Bobby Trees. And then my flex players are going to be Jacoby Myers and T. Higgins. Yvette Vargas, start Tannehill, Cousins, or Smith. I'm going with Tannehill. Marcos Gallardo, full PPR. Curtis Samuel, Emmanuel Sanders, or Corey Davis at the flex. I'm going with Emmanuel there. Joseph Seacrest, sit 1 in a full PPR. Boyd, Crowder, Gio, and Marvin Jones. I'm going to sit Crowder there. Joseph, make sure you tell Ryan we say hi. David Amber, criminal lawyer. Question, why is fantasy football so soul crushing? That's a great question. I can't answer that for you. We are completely crushed over here as well. Everybody is this year.
Yes.
Dan Brown Jr. with the 1 bomb. Appreciate you, Dan. Batmac Gaming, Goddard or Hurst, and pick 1. Rojo, Tim Patrick, or Dobbins. Tim Patrick's going to have more upside than Rojo, but Rojo will likely be safer. He's going to continue to get touches. And I've got Hurst barely over Goddard this week. Heather Thomas with the 5 bomb. Heather, appreciate you. Chris Kennedy says, favorite Thanksgiving dish, dessert counts. I love stuffing with gravy on it. Stuffing, oh my gosh.
Do we just become best friends?
Oh my God. Yes.
Dude, I love stuffing. Like,
is
stuffing...
there anything better? I like the day after getting the turkey, dark meat or white?
It's got to be white meat.
Oh my God. Dark's. Okay.
We're not best friends. Never mind. We're moving on.
That lasted 30 seconds.
That didn't last long.
That dark meat on the rolls, putting some stuffing on top of it with gravy and a slice of cheese, melt it down. Oh my God. And I eat it with a fork. You don't pick that stuff up. You eat that with a fork. Devin Chakowski, moving on. Pick 2 guys, Woods, McLaurin, or Ridley. I've got McLaurin and Woods there. Still a little bit worried about that foot injury with Ridley. Canagaro, flex, Cooper, Taylor, or Hamler. That's Cooper for me. Stream KC or New Orleans. I'm going to stream New Orleans here just because Las Vegas lit KC up the last time that they played. Patricio Salinas. Sup, guys? Amari Cooper, Landry, or Deontay Johnson? If you want to play it safe, I'm going Amari Cooper. If you want that upside, it's Deontay Johnson. Murdoch 72605. Sup, boys? I need your Manscaped clean pair of the week. Carry on. Ahmed, Burkhead, or JT in a full PPR. Pick 2. I'm going to go with Carry On and Ahmed since it's a full PPR. Dan Brown Jr. throwing out that toe bomb. Toe bomb.
Not a toe bomb. That would be awkward if you threw that out.
I'm so off. 2 bomb. Appreciate you. Splems. Choose for RB2. Fournette or Rojo. I'm going Rojo. Mm-hmm. For the flex, do I go Ruggs or Cooks? I'm going Cooks. Last, do I trade Kamara and Metcalf for Julio Lockett and James Robinson? No, I'm keeping Kamara and Metcalf.
100%.
Mini Jordan 718 PPR. Choose wide receiver and a flex. AB, Chark, DJ Moore, and Deontay. I'm going to go with DJ and Deontay if If Teddy B ends up playing. If not, I'll go Deontay and AB. Galladay for Mark Andrews an equal trade? No, I want Galladay 100%. I don't care if you're getting Galladay, make the deal. If you're trading away Galladay, don't do it. Raul Tavares, Curtis Samuel, or Marquise Brown? I'll go with Marquise Brown this week. Fill in the blank in Discord says Kyle has a toe fetish. I don't have a toe fetish, but a lot of people ask me for feet picks, so it just kind of came naturally there. James McIntosh, full point PPR, pick 3. Tyreek Hill, yes. Scary Terry, yes. AJ Brown, Robbie Anderson, and AB. It's going to be AJ Brown there. Taysom Hill is an eligible wide receiver in my league. No, I am not playing Taysom Hill at wide receiver, only at tight end. Jerome Rotunda with a 3 bomb. Appreciate you. Josh Smith, Antonio Brown, Crowder, or Rager. Pick 2. It's going to be Crowder and Rager for me. Jody's room. Pick 2. Hines, Peterson, Myers, or Marvin Jones. If I'm picking 2, it's Myers and Marvin Jones. Luis Garcia, standard. I have Devontae Adams. Give me the other one. Godwin, Boyd, or Michael Thomas. It's Michael Thomas. Daniel, hey guys, need 2 wide receivers and a flex. Have Boyd, Thomas, Godwin, and Gio. My concerns are 1, Thomas, and 2, having too many Bengals since I also have Burrow. Honestly, the Bengals stack, I don't hate it. So, and I'm not really concerned about Thomas. So I'm going with Boyd, and I'm going with Michael Thomas. You can flex Gio if you want to. If that worries you, then just put Godwin in there. Danger Noodle, full PPR, 12-team. That's what they called me in college. 12-team league. Fix my starters. QB.
No, they didn't.
Running.
No, they didn't. No one has ever called you Danger Noodle. Well, I mean, I guess it's possible. I guess. Danger Noodle.
Oh my god. Whew. I'm hot. I'm sweating a little bit. I need to pop open the door. Fix my starters. Wilson is the QB. Cook, Jones, Robinson at running back. Boyd, Antonio Brown at wide receiver. Smith, Harris, Williams, Madison, Kittle, Hamler, Henderson. I'm keeping that as is, to be honest with you. I'm keeping that as is. Standard, Taysom Hill or Kirk Cousins. I'll play Kirk Cousins. I'm just not trusting Taysom Hill at quarterback. DeMarcus Rodgers, pick 1. Ridley, Cooper, or A.J. Brown. I'm going to go with Cooper here. He is the highest.
You want me to, I can tag in whenever you want me to.
Yeah, I'm going to have you tag in here.
Where are you at? A-Ron? Are we at A-Ron?
We are, yes.
A-Ron. Brady, Burrow, Wentz, RB for Duke or Gurley. Thanks. Well, for the running back, it's going to be Gurley. As far as the quarterback between Brady, Burrow, and Wentz, right now I have Brady as the highest ranked of that group. Stephen Bowman. What's going on, Stephen? Jake, what's the doc think Eckler coming back? We have right now circled around week 12, week 13, but it's still kind of iffy, but that's what we're looking right now is 12, 13. Heretic J, Balaj, or Robinson in a half PPR. I'm still going to go with James Robinson. If you're worried and you want to play it safer, I don't hate Balaj, though, either. Mark Cleveland, thoughts on a trade? I traded Galladay and Robinson for Hunt and Mike Evans. Also traded Zeke for Sanders. I'm guessing that's Miles Sanders that you're talking about. And if that's the case, I don't hate those trades overall. I think it improved your team as a whole and gave you some running back depth. Melanator 420. Steelers defense must start rest of season. Matchup proof? I don't think we can say matchup proof for anything in 2020 because you just don't know these days, but they're about as must start as you can get from a defensive perspective. IR Fanula, I think. Quarterback help. Ryan Tannehill versus the Ravens or Taysom Hill versus the Falcons or Stafford versus the Panthers. I'll take a gamble there, honestly, and I'll go with Ryan Tannehill, even though he's playing the Ravens. Batmac Gaming, Goddard or Hurst, then pick 1 out of Rojo, Tim Patrick, and Dobbins. I'm going to go with Rojo out of the other one. As far as Goddard or Hurst, I'm going to lean towards Goddard by a hair. DeMarcus Rodgers, and it scrolled on me, so hold on a second. I love how it does that. They need to fix that on YouTube. There it is. DeMarcus Rodgers, pick 2 and flex. Zeke, Chubb, Sanders, Robinson, or Hines. So I can pick 3 of these guys. It's going to be Zeke, it's going to be Chubb, and it's going to be Sanders in that group. Joe Cotting, our boy Joe. What's going out there, Joe? A long-time watcher here. Got 2 wide receivers, 2 flexes in a PPR. Woods, Marvin Jones, Rager, Pittman, Burkhead, Jonnu Smith, Salvin Ahmed, Le'Veon Bell. Thanks, guys. So we need 2 wide receivers, and those 2 are going to be Woods and Marvin Jones. The 2 flex spots then are going to become Salvin Ahmed and It'll be Pittman if both Alexander and King sit in Green Bay. Otherwise, I'm going to transfer over and go with Rager. Eduardo Trujillo, what's going on, Eduardo? Says, hi, guys. In a standard league, pick 2. Perryman, Marvin Hall, T.Y. Hilton, or Slick Willie Snead. In a half PPR, I need a flex, J.D. McKissick or Jamison Crowder. So for the first standard league question, we can pick 2 of them. I'll go with Marvin Hall. I just can't trust T.Y. Hilton right now, so give me Willie Snead. In a half PPR, I need to flex J.D. McKissick or Crowder. I'm going to go with McKissick personally. Jedi Koth, full PPR, pick 1 wide receiver and pick 1 flex. T. Higgins, Jacoby Myers, Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, Cooper Kupp. For me, I'm going to go with Deontay Johnson, and because it's a full... I'm going to go with T. Higgins. Higgins and Deontay Johnson are my 2 choices there for your wide receiver and your flex. Miguel Sosa, Ahmed Gordon, or Jonnu Smith at the flex. I probably feel safest if we just play it safer with Salvin Ahmed there personally. Yeetus, let's go, boys. What's going on? High stakes, 8-man league. Flex problems, need help. Got Antonio Brown, Cooper Kupp, Chris Godwin, Kalen Ballage, Kareem Hunt, Darren Waller. Love the channel. Great work, boys. And Headliner Gaming still a thing. Yeah, Kyle's out there almost every day with Headliner Gaming, so of course it is. Thanks again. Appreciate it. So for your question, your high stakes flex problems between AB, Kupp, Godwin, Ballage, Hunt, and Waller, I can only choose one of them is a problem. And when in doubt, I'm going to go with the running back and give me Kareem Hunt. He's obviously plays a lot better with Nick Chubb in the lineup. Ibrahim Rather says, who are your top 5 wide receivers and running backs for the rest of the season? These rankings questions, I got to be honest, guys, they're super hard to put together on the fly. There's a lot that goes into rankings. I know rankings are a way that people get butthurt really quick because they don't agree with it, but there's a lot that really goes into building rankings. We'll try to put together a video here in the next week or 2. Maybe we can go through some rest of season rankings, because just picking up on the fly, there's too much to really look in there to it. Theron Blair, my son saw me setting my lineup and asked me what is fantasy football. If the only thing he learns from me is who the fantasy headliners are, then I've succeeded as a father. That's what I'm talking about. Start them young, have them subscribe. We're kid-friendly, unless Kyle's talking about Thanksgiving food, and then we just get so excited that, things happen. But yeah, absolutely love that. P. Ryan, Ahmed, or Judy in the flex is going to be Ahmed. Wade County 305, PPR, start a flex from these options. We got Will Fuller, Antonio Brown, Amari Cooper, Gio Bernard. Thanks, fellas. It's a full PPR, it sounds like. The safest option there is probably going to be Gio Bernard, but honestly, if it's me, I'm going to gamble and go with Will Fuller and hope for a big touchdown. Timeout Sports 1, standard Tannehill, Cousins, or Alex Smith. Right now, I have Cousins 1 spot higher than Ryan Tannehill. Jedi Koth, full PPR for running back, play CEH or McKissick. Honestly, this is super crazy. I have CEH ranked higher, but in a full PPR, J.D. McKissick has a lot more value because of the target share. I don't hate starting McKissick if you wanted to play it safer. Godmind NYC, what's going on, my friend? We always see you out there. How you doing? Says full PPR, second flex, Jonathan Taylor, Fournette, Chark, or Galladay. Not going to be Galladay because he's not playing, my friend. So it's going to be Chark, Fournette, Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's still in the pit of misery, right? Dilly for him. Leonard Fournette, not much better. DJ Chark has a matchup in which they're going to have to throw the ball, but it's a difficult matchup going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Honestly, this may sound super crazy. If it's my team and I'm totally gambling, I'll go with Jonathan Taylor in a matchup against Green Bay. But I don't love that. If you want to play it a little bit safer, then you could go with Chark. Rush Prime, Flex Godwin, Bernard, Myers, Duke Johnson, or Cooks. If I can only pick one, it's going to be Chris Godwin. Mustafa Fisuru, Jamal Williams, Melvin Gordon, or Sony Michel. You can pick just one. I don't love any of them, but if I have to pick one, it'll be Melvin Gordon. Rob G, Swag Rich has the Rona. No, Swag Rich is just, he's just chilling right now. I don't think Swag Rich can get the Rona. He's like immune to everything. Timeout Sports, what was that?
That's me fighting out the Rona.
I thought you were flipping me off for a second. Timeout Sports 1, half PPR, pick 2, please. James Robinson, Mike Davis, or Salvin Ahmed. Thanks, DG. Let's see here. So I can only pick 2.5 PPR. If you want to play it the safest, it's Davis and Ahmed. If you want to gamble, it's Robinson and Davis. Byron Austin, appreciate the content. Need a running back and a flex in a standard league from CEH, Gibson, Gio, Hines, and Deontay Johnson. Cheers. So a running back and a flex. I'm going to go with Antonio Gibson at my running back. And for flex, If you want to play it safe, you go CEH. If you want to gamble, which is what I would do here, I would go Deontay Johnson as my flex. Easy Eddie, 32. 2-point PPR. Wide receiver, 1.5 point PPR. Well, that's a thing. Running back 2, we got Peterson or Gio. I'm going to go with Gio. Wide receiver 2, we have Michael Thomas, Chark Rager, or Corey Davis. I'm going to still go with Michael Thomas there, even though I think the ceiling does take a hit. And flex 1 from the remaining of those, I'll flex Chark after that. For quarterback, you got Brady or Taysom, lot of rush points in our league. Yeah, that's possible. I mean, that's going to be where he makes his points up, is in the rushing game. I still can't put him higher than Tom Brady, though, this week. Josh Chapman, favorite Thanksgiving side dish? Well, we answered that with stuffing. If I had to go with another side dish, let's see, what is next up after stuffing? I mean, I like some sweet potato casserole too. I like that, especially with the marshmallows and stuff on top. Yes, absolutely. Rest of season upside: Jefferson or Higgins? Both. I like both. I think Joe Burrow's maybe a little bit safer option than Kirk Cousins. Rest of season.
Sorry, finish that, and I gotta say something real quick.
But I'm still gonna go with Justin Jefferson because the ceiling's higher on a weekly basis.
Got it. For Conaguero, I expect you to apologize to Anna in the next 30 seconds, or I'm blocking you from the channel, and you won't be able to interact anymore.
Well, cool. I don't even know what happened. I missed funness.
Wasn't really fun, but I'm not gonna deal with him using that language towards Anna.
Yeah, no. You come on here and you disrespect one of us, you can GTFOH for all we care. Let's see here. Where'd I leave out? Derek Dreyer. What's going on? Derek says, cheers, guys. Cook or Dally? Dally G? Oh, Dallas Goddard. I got you. I get you. Cheers, guys. Says we got Jared Cook or Dallas Goddard in a full PPR. Can't trust Taysom Hill that much. I'm going to go with Dally G, and I like that. I like Dally G. We may have to steal that from you. Sean Wagner. Hey, guys. Need a flex. Dobbins, Corey Davis, or Phillip Lindsay in a standard league. Already starting A.J. Brown, thanks a ton. If you're starting A.J., I don't think I want to start Corey Davis too. Dobbins is a blind dart throw, and at this point, Phillip Lindsay is dead to me. Man, none of them are safe in a standard league. Honestly, I probably roll with Phillip Lindsay and just hope for the best, but I don't love that at all. Our boy Isaiah. The man himself is what we call him, right? That's what that GIF said, or the meme said earlier in Discord. What's good to the best guys in fantasy, and wherever Chris Kennedy is out there can suck it. That is all. Oh, yes. Isaiah and Chris, the match made in heaven. Let's see. He also says, I have Jared Goff and was not impressed with his play last week. Neither was I. How do you not throw a touchdown against Seattle? Should I put in Cousins, Derek Carr, or Cam Newton instead? Oh, man. I have Cam Newton highest right now, but that's before the Sony Michel news. Do I think that plays a big part? Probably not. Cam's going to be so dependent on rushing, though, that honestly, if you're looking for a higher ceiling, I'd probably go Kirk Cousins still. Did I miss something else funny?
Daniel Penrod says, I've been dealing with the stomach bug the past 24 hours, but not the Rona. After spending so many hours on the toilet this weekend, my team better score some dang points. Please, God, I need it.
Yeah, I mean, as much time as he probably had to sit there on the toilet and fix his lineup and stuff, he's got to have it tip-top shape. Let's see, we have Christopher Reed. Hello. Oh, it's the same thing every week. Hello, mates. What's going on, Christopher? Messed up with D-Hop and Kirk. How can I rescue it? P.S. Ben or Cam? Love from the UK. What's going on there, Christopher? So Ben or Cam? I have Big Ben as my quarterback 5 as of right now. So that's my choice there for your quarterback position. Sonny Nguyen, 2 things. Pick 3. So CEH, Mike Davis, Damian Harris, Duke Johnson. So out of those 3, I'm going with CEH, Mike Davis. And it doesn't say if this is PPR or standard. I'll still roll and gamble with Damian Harris. And who would you start between AB or Mike Evans? Only one of them is going to score a touchdown. I have a feeling it's going to be a red zone touchdown. Give me Antonio Brown, but it could literally go either way. What about Lil Oz? What's going on, Lil? It says, should I trade A.J. Brown and Darrell Henderson for Christian Kirk and Raheem Mostert? No, I do not do that. Don't trade A.J. Brown and Darrell Henderson for Christian Kirk and Raheem Mostert. Mainly doing it for a running back 2. I already have Thielen, Boyd, and Fuller. But all you're getting back is Raheem Mostert, who's not 100% healthy. I can't trade for somebody at a time of need if they're not readily available for me at that time. So I couldn't do that. Isaiah says, I'm worried about Gurley this week against the Saints. Their D is very pointy. Their D is very pointy. It's like a blunt object, apparently.
That was also my college nickname.
Very pointy?
Pointy D.
What the? Your college was very mean to you. You had the worst college nicknames ever.
What was it earlier? Danger Noodle?
Danger Noodle. Wow. Should I put in Ahmed instead at my running back too? Ahmed is a lot safer, Isaiah. A lot safer option. The ceiling just may not be as high. So it just depends if you want to gamble. If you want to play it safe, I have no issues with solving Ahmed. Michael Catanzaro. Thanks for everything you guys do. Need help picking up 2 wide receivers in a standard league. We got Evans, Trees, Cooper, Claypool, and Marvin Jones Jr. Really? This one you have a few options. Being that it's a standard league, we're looking for the touchdowns there. I'll go with Mike Evans and Marvin Jones Jr., but I hate to sit Bobby Trees there. Isaiah again out here helping us out, sending us, a lot of love in the super chat. We appreciate it. He says, I'm flexing Deontay Johnson and Brandon Cooks. Should I put Ahmed in for either one of those guys, or am I safe? I would never say that Brandon Cooks is safe, like ever. I don't know if the word safe and Cooks, remotely goes close to each other, but I think Ahmed is going to be safer than Cooks. Cooks has the higher ceiling. If it's me and you're flexing Deontay Johnson, more than likely I go with Ahmed in the other side. Terry R. Pick 2.5 PPR. Woods, AP, Ballage, and Mike Williams. I'm going to go with Kalen Ballage and Bobby Trees there, Robert Woods. Isaiah just letting it fly tonight. Says, flexing Boyd and DJ, we need more. And he means DJ Moore. Should I put in Hardman instead of either of those guys for a big play? You're going to need the big play in order to start Hardman. DJ Moore, to me, it really depends on the health of Teddy Bridgewater. If Bridgewater is a go, I stick with Moore. If he's not, he's going to be so boom or bust. It's not much of a difference between him and Hardman. The difference is DJ Moore should still see more targets. So more than likely, I just stick with DJ Moore and Tyler Boyd. It also says Ballage or Gurley this week for his running back 2. I love Kalen Ballage. I think he's the safer option there for sure. He is the safe floor play. If you're looking for that higher ceiling, Gurley's scoring the touchdowns right now. So that's Gurley. Otherwise, playing it safe, more than likely going Ballage.
Vico has a question.
Okay, what's that?
Taco Bell, Domino's, or Wendy's?
Ooh.
I'm hitting that T-Bizzle.
I like Taco Bell. I don't like what happens after Taco Bell.
Did you see my tweet about that yesterday?
Yes, I did. You tweeted about Taco Bell. Yeah, that's my biggest thing. I mean, out of those options, we never get Domino's here. Like, we don't ever get... There's local places around here that are amazeballs, so we don't get Domino's. Mm-hmm. But we go to Taco Bell more than we go to Wendy's. I ain't against some Taco Bell. Are you okay over there?
Yeah.
Taco Bell's way better than White Castle, that's for sure.
No,
it's not? Okay. Let's see. Alsteezy. Pick 1 in a full PPR. Jalen Reagor, Sony Michel, Kerryon Johnson, Marvin Hall, Jordan Wilkins, or LaMichael Pirine. Swift killed me this week. Yes, Swift killed a lot of us. Give me some Jalen Reagor. You keep laughing over there, and I feel like I'm missing all the fun.
Oh, man. Daniel Penrod's last comment.
I gotta go find it now.
It's not very far up.
I knew a guy in college that had the nickname of Sugar Tits because he fell asleep with sugar cookies over his black t-shirt, woke up late for class, and didn't notice the chest covered in all sugar. That's awesome.
That's awesome. I love it.
Where was I at?
Does anyone else have any awesome college nicknames that they can put in the chat? And is there a brief story as to how those came to be?
Yeah, that would be awesome to hear some of those funny nicknames. We have, so Alsteezy, I went with Jalen Reagor there in your full PPR pick 1. Corey McPherson, someone dropped Hunter Henry to waivers. I have Dallas Goddard and Jonnu Smith. Is it worth dropping one of them to pick him up in a full PPR? Which one are you doing, Kyle? You gonna pick up Hunter Henry and drop Goddard or Jonnu?
I would drop Goddard right now.
Over just to pick up Hunter Henry.
Yeah.
All right. Isaiah coming back again. Isaiah's just out there just going like, just letting it fly. He's just like, making it rain. Flex Gibson or Calvin Ridley this week after the injury. I'm going with Antonio Gibson. Don't trust the injury of Calvin Ridley. Terry R., which D? New Orleans, Washington, Green Bay, or Philadelphia? Let's see here. We got New Orleans, Washington, Green Bay, Philly. Ugh. I don't love any of them, so when in doubt, I'll probably stick with New Orleans like you have right now. Going against Julio Jones, who can kill the Saints, though, is my biggest issue. But yeah, I'd probably just stick with New Orleans at this point. They're the overall best unit that you have available. I would go Green Bay, but I don't know the status of Alexander and King for sure yet. If they're playing and they're good to go, then I would go to Green Bay. Isaiah says, I have Baker and Locke as my quarterbacks. I'm sorry for that. And want to trade and start someone else. Should I grab Newton or Wentz and play them, or just pray and play one of the other guys? I think Cam is probably safer than either one of those guys right now. He's going to rely a lot on the rushing aspect of it, but I still think he's safer than both Baker, who's going to be playing in the rain, and Locke, who's not 100% healthy. More than likely, I probably go with Newton at that point and not risk it with both of those guys. Isaiah says, Kyle, it's the 6-teamer time. We got starting running backs are Jacobs, Chubb, and flexing Sanders. Love it. Should I put in Robinson, Ridley, or Woods for anybody? Nope. Leave it Jacobs, Chubb, and Sanders right there. Adolfo Mendez, Brady or Cam in a PPR, which shouldn't matter unless they're catching passes. I have Tom Brady one spot higher than Cam Newton. And then out of Kupp, Crowder, and Fulgham in a full PPR, I'll probably still go with Cooper Kupp in that instance. Scott Justin, Tua, Cousins, or Carr? Tua, Cousins. I have Tua at 14, Carr at 15, Cousins at 16. So as of right now, Tua's a little bit higher. You do say that you have 6 points per touchdowns, -3 for interceptions, which means that Cousins and his interception issue may not be an option. I'm going with Tua. Mike out there with the 10 bomb. Appreciate you, Mike. Stuart Morrison. He had three quarterbacks. I traded Chark, Duke for Lamar. Okay, so you traded Chark and Duke for Lamar. That was from the earlier question. Isaiah once again says, tight end whisper this ish to me. Okay, so whisper away, Kyle. It says Goddard or Jay Smooth this week. And he says, damn it, sing it to me for Jake's benefit.
Isaiah, this week in your lineup, hit that start button next to Goddard.
Oh, wow. That was a whole nother level right there. He also says, should I drop James White and DJ Dallas for Burkhead and any of the RBs in Baltimore? Honestly, the running back situation in New England and Baltimore are going to be such a cluster for the next however many weeks that it's not really going to matter. James White is basically non-existent at this point. I would go Burkhead over James White, but that's about it for right now. Now what?
Ricky Center goes, I was at a food restaurant filling up my drink at the machine. Lady came up behind me and said, move over, bacon. I didn't know how to reply. I simply walked away. What do you think she meant?
Move over, bacon?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I mean, maybe she thought he was a piece of meat.
When we get all caught up on questions, though, I want to share with Headliner Nation one of my favorite stories of all time, and it has to do with Thanksgiving. So this is the perfect time to share it.
Well, perfect. Whether we get caught up or not ever is going to be the question.
Where are we at right now? Who are we on?
Mike, throwing out a $15 donation, Mike. We appreciate that, Mike. We appreciate the support. This is a full PPR, 2 wide receivers, 1 running back, 1 flex. We got Godwin, Cooper, Deontay Johnson, CEH, and Damian Harris. So we need 2 wide receivers. I'm going Deontay Johnson and Chris Godwin. 1 running back, I'm going with CEH. And at the flex, I'm going with Amari Cooper. Devin Chikowski, both full PPR, Woods or Ridley, pineapple or grapes. So first for Woods or Ridley, I'm going with Bobby Trees. Give me Woods. Pineapple or grapes? I like frozen grapes. How does that sound? We'll go with frozen grapes. Jose Hernandez. What's going on, Jose? How we doing out there, my friend? Says, hey, guys, gotta always thank you all for all the hard work. We appreciate it. Need a big win this weekend, 7-3, and all your great help and Patreon staff. Thank you so much, Jose. Woods or Crowder in a half PPR flex. Good luck on Sleeper. Let's
That's
see
who
here.
I'm facing this week. Jose and I are facing off against each other.
Oh, yeah? Is he going to beat you?
Right now, I'm projected to win, and I needed to get back into the hunt.
Go get him, Jose. So we got Woods or Crowder in a half PPR. I'm going to have to stick with Woods. I just don't trust Flacco enough. That's the biggest issue. Throw Woods in your lineup because Kyle likes some Bobby Trees, and you can beat him with some Bobby Trees. Sean Wagner asked a question already, but just picked up Adrian Peterson off waiver. Start him in the flex over Dobbins, Davis, and Lindsey. No, I wouldn't start him over Mike Davis, personally. I'll still throw Mike Davis in there ahead of him. Man, tonight I feel like we have nonstop talked for almost 2 hours.
Do you want to tag me in?
Sure, go for it.
We're on Cameron Simon.
Yep.
Start 2, Gio, Thielen, Crowder, or Myers. I'm going with Thielen and Myers. Nicholas McKay, Peterson, McKissick, or Fuller in the flex in a half PPR. I'm going to go with Fuller there. Stan Dang, Taysom Hill, Wentz, or Cousins. I'm going with Wentz. Anna, white bread stuffing or cornbread dressing. Give me that cornbread dressing. I know people from the South refer to it as dressing and not stuffing sometimes. I'm good with that.
Stuffing.
It all tastes the same. Dev Deep, Banerjee, PPR, please pick 2. Thielen, Jefferson, Ridley. You guys rock. I've got Thielen and Jefferson this week. This matchup, boom. They're going to go off. 1, Galvan, fix my flex. Robbie Anderson, Nyheim Hines, Jonathan Taylor, or CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb has the highest upside there for me. Big Al 9, Stafford or Tannehill. I'm going with Tannehill. Adolfo Mendez, full PPR, pick 2, a flex and defense. Cup, Fulgham, Crowder, AP, Chargers, or Browns. Well, let's go with the pick 2 wide receivers. I'm going with Cup, and I'm going with Crowder. For the flex, I will go with Fulgham over AP. And then for the defense question, you're going to have to give me a moment. I need to look into that. I've got the Chargers against the Jets. I should have known that. Hector Gonzalez, need 2. Michael Thomas, Calvin Ridley, Higgins, Chark, or Anderson. Thomas and Ridley for me, barely. If you want to be safe, go with Higgins instead over Ridley. Second league, 2 wide receivers, Scary Terry, Chark, Higgins, or Crowder. That's Higgins and Scary Terry for me. Scary Terry and Chark. Wait, did I just get myself mixed up? I did not. Higgins, and Scary Terry. Avi Velasquez, important week to win. Pick 2 running backs, Gurley, Hunt, Balaj. That's Gurley and Hunt for me. Pick a flex between Brandon Cooks and Amari. It's Amari. Joseph Pereira, Phillip Rivers, or Stafford on Sunday. Stafford for me. Tassin Ali, should I trade A-Rod, Jones, Godwin, and Taylor for Lamar, Kamara, Sterling? Need to win out to make the playoffs. No, because you've got Aaron Jones and Kamara are not that big of a separation for me, and Godwin to Sterling is too much. Luis Garcia, standard, need a flex. Harris, Boyd, or Godwin. I'm going to go with Boyd to be safe. Godwin if you want a little bit more upside. Joseph Prairie again, PPR, Jay Rager, Cole, Robinson, KJ Hamler. I'm going with Rager there. Stephen Laird, need 1. Starvin Marvin Jones. God, Chris Wynn, Fulgham, love you. I'm going with Starvin Marvin Jones. Kyle Starling, half PPR running back. Adrian Peterson, Ahmed or Henderson. That's Ahmed. King Prell, QB, Tennessee, half Tenny. Or I'm gonna. Is that supposed to be Tannehill?
I think it's supposed to be Tannehill.
Okay, Tannehill, Wentz, Alex Smith, Cam, or Hill. I'm going with. I think I got Wentz and Tannehill pretty close. Hold on a second.
Tanny, Smith. Cam is my highest, but I don't love it.
I got Wentz higher there. Matthew Cooper. Oh, it just moved. USOB. Why would you do that? There we go. PPR flex. Ahmed, Taylor, Damian Harris. Also, have a great Thanksgiving, guys. Matthew, you have a great Thanksgiving as well. I'm going with Ahmed. Gerald Bondick. Hi again. Different league. F PPR. Full PPR. James Robinson or Balaj. I'm going to go with James Robinson there. Thanks, Jake and Kyle. Thank you, Gerald. Jay Busy Smith. What's up, guys? It's me again. LOL. What's going on, Jay Busy? PPR flex. Slot. Antonio Brown, Hines, Boyd, Crowder, Ahmed. I'm going with Boyd there. Happy Thanksgiving week, guys. Turkey Bowl. Happy Thanksgiving. Anthony Carrasco, Colts defense, rest of the season. I don't mind it. It is a little up and down for me, though. So it really depends on who else is out there for you. They should be in the top third of the league, though. Neil Daughtry, go Birds, go Headliners. Everyone wins. Full PPR, 2 running backs, McKissick, Balaj, or Ahmed. I'm going to go with McKissick here since it is a full PPR, and then Balaj over Ahmed. 2 wide receivers, Justin Jefferson, Thomas, and Anderson. I'm going to go with Thomas and Justin Jefferson. 1 flex from the rest of those. Flex your other running back over Anderson. Alec, wide receiver, PPR, Deontay Johnson, Higgins, or Grant. I'm going to go with Deontay Johnson there. Michael Sepulveda. I got second place in Warzone today, and I'm sad. Michael, you're going to run some games with us again here really soon. We'll do that. Kevin to win, and we'll get you that dub, by the way. Kevin to win, trade. First place team wants me to trade Aaron Rodgers, Dalvin Cook, and Amari Cooper for Kyler Murray, Derrick Henry, and A.J. Brown. I'm 6 and need to win. I'd rather have Murray over Rodgers, but that shoulder injury is the thing that gets me. Okay. Mm-hmm. He banged that shoulder up this past weekend. I haven't heard anything, or this past weekend, this Thursday. I have not heard anything as of yet. So right now, I want the Rodgers, Cook, and Cooper side. What do you think, Jake?
Right now, yeah. I mean, if we knew 100% that Murray was okay,
then I don't know Murray.
I don't know if I trade Kyler Murray.
Yes.
But being that there's that question there, it just depends if you want to gamble on it. I mean, you're in 6th place, you need to win, you got to make a move.
Yeah, so at this point, I probably hold off and keep it. But again, like if you need to win, and you're worried about Murray, you can make that move now. James McClain, my nickname in high school, all 4 years of football was Big Mac. Robbie Anderson, McKissick, Duke J, Kobe Myers, Jefferson, PPR, need 2 wide receivers in a flex. If that's Justin Jefferson, him. Also, Jacoby Myers, and I will go with Duke Johnson in the flex. Donnie Ackerman, need 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. Woods, Higgins, Brown, Zeke, Duke, Ahmed, Gurley. So for my 2 running backs, I am going to go with Zeke and Gurley. My wide receivers are going to be Woods and Higgins, and I'll flex A.J. Brown. Sean Daughtery, PPR, running back and flex, Davis, Kupp, Cooks, Hunt, and Myers. My running back, I'm going to go with Hunt here. And then my wide receiver is going to be, in a flex, Davis and Hunt both then. That's what I'm going with there. David Z, Jacoby Myers, T. Higgins, or Amari Cooper in a full PPR. I've got Cooper higher, but Jacoby Myers is a very safe bet this week. Sumo Ninja. What's going on, my man? Need 2 wide receivers, Pittman, Samuel, and Myers. I'm going with Pittman and Myers. And of course, tossing out those burrito emojis as always. The show, new Patreon. Welcome to the exclusive Headliner Nation. Rob G, I missed my question. Adrian Peter, Jamal Williams. I'm going to go with Adrian Peterson there. Margaret with a $2 dono and a little dude in a sweatband going, cool. What's going on, Margaret? Xavier D, I traded MT away to get Hopkins. Holy. Yes, you did. 100% you did. Congratulations. Yep. Farm Dog, tight end, full PPR, pick 1. Goddard, Smith, Ebron, Cook. I've got Goddard the highest this week. Devin Chakowski, pick 1.5 PPR. Jaws 3 or any other movie. I haven't seen Jaws 3. I saw the first one. I didn't even know a third one existed, to be honest with you.
I mean, after the first one, I think I'd had enough of them.
Jose, would you consider doing a rankings video that includes both wide receivers and tight ends? We have talked about a flex ranking for next year, but I don't know what that looks like. It might not be a video. It might be something that we do on Patreon. Like our flex rankings will be through Patreon, and that's just kind of like another incentive there.
Yeah, that's the biggest. I'm doing 12 shows a week right now. We don't quite have the time to add a 13th. But that's something we'll take a look at here in the off season for sure. I had another question I saw. I think it was from Phil in the blank. He said, with the Thanksgiving schedule, are we changing up our drop days at all? No, we're just going to try to get them out as fast as humanly possible. I mean, we typically, before Thursday games kick off, you have waiver wire, 4 start sits, and then running backs and wide receiver ranking. You have 7 videos prior to Thursday night football. You'll probably have 7 videos again. We're just going to get them out as quick as we can before those games kick off on Thursday.
I have Monday and Tuesday off this week, so I can work a little bit ahead of schedule so we can drop some of those, at least get everything through like wide receiver and running back rankings done like into Wednesday night or something like that.
Yeah.
It will probably hurt our views a little bit, but we got to do what we got to do for the people. So
Yeah, I mean, they may be late night drops on Wednesday, but they should be there waiting for you Thursday morning. Tommy Kizzle says last try, but he didn't say what his last try was. Sean Abel, Jaws 3 was only in 3D, I believe. Well, I definitely didn't see that.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here.
Actavis No Tech with a dono there. Appreciate you, my man. Thanks for dropping that.
You gotta tell us what your story was.
My story? Oh, okay. Here we go. I need the headliners to come in for story time. Okay. This is what I refer to as happy shitsgiving.
I think I've heard this story.
You might have. I like to tell this story. It's like my best story of all time. So back in the day, before we had children, we would still travel up to Michigan to spend Thanksgiving with our family, because basically all of our family is still up in Michigan. So we would go up to Michigan, and we would hang out there with our family, do Thanksgiving. And we were sitting there looking at some of the deals, and we decided to say, hey, let's get up the next morning and go do a little Black Friday shopping. There was a TV we wanted to get, so my wife and I were going to go do that. So I get up that morning, and I open up the door to head out of the bedroom we were staying in, and I hear my mom in the bathroom next door with the water running, cussing. Like every single word that you can think of, I hear my mom saying it. So I walk in, I'm like, hey, what's going on? Are you guys all right? And she goes, you want to know if I'm all right? Go walk downstairs and see if I'm all right. Completely caught me off guard. I had no idea what was going on. So I walk down the steps, and as I get about halfway down the steps, I smell this just awful aroma hit me in the face, and I turn the corner, and my stepbrother and my stepdad are on their hands and knees cleaning up all of these brown spots all over the place. I went upstairs, got my wife, we got dressed, and we got out of there because the smell was awful. So come to find out what had happened, my stepbrother decided to go out drinking Thanksgiving night with a bunch of his buddies, came back home wasted, and forgot to lock the back door. And one of his buddies broke in and pooped all over our house because my stepbrother thought it was a funny idea the week before to wipe his butt with his buddy's shower curtain. There was poop on the floor, on the steps, and on one of our chairs, and on the table in our living room. Is this prank to get him back?
That is disgusting.
And my mom, who got up that morning because she was working retail at the time, went downstairs and stepped in it on the stairs.
I would sell the house. Time to sell the house.
Oh man, it was I've never seen so much cleaning in my life. And then they also like paid people to come in and clean it.
Sure. Yeah, I would probably just set the house on fire at that point. What about James McClain? He says, different league, still PPR. Chris Godwin, Justin Jefferson, Marvin Jones. Need two of them. I'm going to go with Justin Jefferson, and I'm still going to stick with Chris Godwin there by a hair. Mitchell Minkoff, pick two. Pittman, Gordon, Hollywood, McKissick. Doesn't say if it's PPR or not. If it's PPR, I'm going to go with McKissick. And actually, I'll probably go with McKissick and Gordon regardless of what it is at this point. Gunther Rowe. Must-win week, half PPR lineup is, and any changes. You got Herbert, McLaurin, Moore, Gibson, Ballage, Goddard. Claypool benches Lamar Jackson. So, yep, we'll go with Herbert over him. Ahmed, we will go Gibson and Ballage over him. You got Rojo and Rager. Honestly, the only change I make is if you want it to be safer, it's Ahmed over Claypool. But Claypool has that higher ceiling, and I don't mind him in my flex spot whatsoever. Whew. It's been a busy night, Kyle.
It has been a busy night.
Me and Kyle talked before the stream started, and we said, hey, how busy you think it's going to be tonight? We're just trying to gauge it, and, with Thanksgiving coming up, and it's been pretty busy tonight. We appreciate all the support here. Had over 1,100 likes as of right now, so that is definitely something I keep seeing PM 2020s trying to answer the move over bacon thing from before. So I don't know if we've seen that. Or it's a Sizzler commercial or something. But yeah. Otherwise, good.
And ladies and gentlemen, too, after Anna, why didn't I help my family clean up? Because my stepbrother and stepdad were cleaning it up. It was their responsibility, not mine. My mother also did not help clean up.
I'm out.
It's not my fault my stepbrother was being an idiot. I can't help that.
No, I'm out.
Just let everybody know, too, probably within like 20 minutes or so of the stream getting done, I will be over on Headliner Gaming, hanging out for a little bit as well. So if you want to come hang out over there, we're closing in. I think we're at like 1.18 thousand subscribers right now. So if you want to come hang out with me for a little bit, I'll be chatting with everybody, playing some games. Yeah. So come hang out with me.
Yeah, absolutely. Head over to that channel as soon as we're done here. A lot of people head over there and have a lot of fun. A little bit more laid back, more interaction, just having fun, talking to the people in the chat. It's a good time for sure. Let's see. Justin Wagon says, still awake, fellas. So are we, Justin. So are we. It's 11:10 here, East Coast time. Still awake. Activist No Tech says CD or DJ Moore for flex starting Claypool. So if I had to choose between CD Lamb or DJ Moore, oh man, if Teddy Bridgewater sits, I may go towards CD Lamb, but we won't know until the morning. Adam Spisman, PPR running back, McKissick or CEH. I love McKissick in a PPR, but I can't sit CH for the higher ceiling. Wide receiver pick 2, Moore, Thielen, Deontay Johnson, and Cook. That's going to be Thielen and Deontay Johnson for me. And then whoever we don't pick, plus McKissick, Cooks, or Moore, I assume. So out of those next ones, I'm probably going to go with J.D. McKissick if it's a full PPR league for sure. Pav Sadov, full PPR, risk it with Michael Thomas or put in Justin Jefferson or Deontay Johnson. That is a hard question right there, Kyle. That one is hard because Michael Thomas is basically a must start, even though the quarterback issues. But we're talking about Justin Jefferson or Deontay Johnson as other possible options.
Because those options are so close, personally, I just go with Justin Jefferson to be safe and Deontay Johnson for upside there.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I mean, usually the other options to choose from aren't as high as those one with Jefferson and Johnson. Ernie Garcia, sorry guys, I may have missed the answer to my question. Full PPR, Chark, Claypool, or Ridley. Pick 2 of them, please. Let's see here. Chark and Claypool may be the safest if you don't want to worry about the injury concerns with Calvin Ridley. If you don't mind that risk a little bit, then I shoot for the stars and go for Claypool and Ridley and just hope for the best if you want to take that gamble. Whew.
And then Hayden with the dono. Appreciate you, Hayden.
Appreciate you. Plus, I see a lot of bacon being thrown out there. Bacon's always a good thing, especially at 11, 12 p.m. I could go for some bacon. We actually had lunch for breakfast today. No, let me rephrase that. Breakfast for lunch today. I had to think about it. After I said it, I'm like, that sounds like, what'd
weird.
You eat? Yeah, I know. Yeah, so I had me some sausage and some egg. It was good this morning. This actually sounds pretty good again right now. Mike's. Go ahead.
Mike's. Is that supposed to be Sir Sapini?
I'm gonna say Mike's Sir Shiapini.
He says Chiapini. Is how it's pronounced.
He told us right there. We didn't even read it. Perfect.
MT or Ahmed. I'm still playing MT over Ahmed.
Yes. Yeah, me too.
And then Corey Olsen, PPR, Michael Thomas, Juju, DJ Chark, AJ Brown, AB, choose 2. I'm going with Michael Thomas and Juju there. Muhammad, Tutsenab. Should I drop Zach Moss to pick up Salvin Ahmed? I would, yes.
Yeah, I mean, Zach Moss is going to be hit and miss every month or every week.
Yeah.
Ahmed is going to have some, questions with Myles Gaskin coming back, but you have a little bit more value with him right now. Counter bash, should I get rid of Josh Jacobs? No, you should not. What about, according to IMDb, Jaws 3 was only in 3D. Well, cool. We appreciate you for checking that out, Sean. All right, well, here it is. It's 11:14 now, East Coast time. Kyle's going to get ready to go fire up Headliner Gaming. If you haven't checked it out yet, Kyle, do you want to put a link at the top of the chat for the people who are here?
Oh, we can do that.
Kyle will put. We're going to pin a link to the top of the chat. This is where Kyle's going to be going here in just a few minutes to go out there, continue Headliners After Dark. the little hangout and chill session with any member of Headliner Nation who is willing to go hang out with us over there. We greatly appreciate the support over there as well. But, for a week here before Thanksgiving, it's going to be a crazy week for a lot of people. I know it's not going to be a normal Thanksgiving for a lot of people, but try to enjoy it the best that you can. We're only here for so long, right? And you only get so many, Thanksgivings, whether it's with extended family or just immediate family at your house. Make the best of it and have fun with the family and enjoy it the best that you possibly can, because even though it's been a rough year, you got to try to find the positives out there still. So don't overlook Thanksgiving, even though 2020 has been a total POS. Is that the...
Here's a result from the web.
Oh, wow. My phone is auto-searching POS for me. Let me see what it says.
I was like, what is that?
It just says 2020. POS, yeah, 2020. That's exactly what it is.
An iPhone wouldn't do that.
Why wouldn't it?
An iPhone wouldn't just randomly start searching for things.
Yeah, it does. All the time.
An iPhone does what it's told.
No, it doesn't. The coolest thing about an iPhone is you can name yourself whatever you want to name yourself.
I did that. I named myself Big Fudge one time.
Yeah, I know. My son, he's got an iPad, and he makes it call him, like, King J, or I don't know what it is. It's something. He's totally named himself something.
Ponce Fam Adventures, Henderson and Chark behind Jacobs, Ridley, Kirk in my lineup. Parker, Bernard, Jones on waivers. Switch anyone. I'm not playing Henderson. I'm dropping Henderson, picking up Marvin Jones there. Yeah. Colson Bags with a donation. Appreciate you. Jamal Johnson with a donation. Appreciate you, Jamal. Eddie Olivia. Eddie Olivia. Should I start Ahmed over Chubb or Derrick Henry? No. Chubb and Henry 100%.
Yep, 100%.
All Rise 99. How do you think Damian Harris does tomorrow? I mean, he could get you 100 yards. He could get you 50. I'm not 100% sure what they're going to do with Sony Michel. So it is really, really up and down right now.
Yep. I'm going to put him right around 8 to 10 fantasy points tomorrow for Damian Harris.
Yep.
I was a lot more confident until the Sony Michel news.
Yep.
So hey, Kyle pinned the link up above where he'll be here in just a few minutes. Make sure you head over there, click on that link, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. As soon as he goes live, you'll know about it, and you can continue to hang out here with Headliner Nation. But we greatly appreciate the support in these live
another
streams. Oh, go for it.
Colson Bags, PPR, Rogers, Kamara, Geo Calvin, DK, Robert Tunyon, Flex Deontay Johnson, Bench, Slayton, Jacoby Myers, and Scantling. I'm leaving it as is, Colson. Gerard Thomas also with a dono. Appreciate that $2. And then, I'll be over on Headliner Gaming in a minute. It is going to be Call of Duty again tonight. Unfortunately, I did not get Madden updated on the PS5 quick enough today, so I don't have it available. But next week, we'll get back to Madden. I'm also might be trying to do like a Madden Game of the Week on the Headliner channel as well. So I'll be over there in a few minutes.
Awesome. We look forward to seeing you guys over there. Make sure the link is there up above. Thank you so much for all the support here throughout the week. Have yourself a great Thanksgiving week. Enjoy it. And for myself and Kyle, we'll be seeing you all around here in our normal videos just next week, kicking off on Monday with the waiver wire. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later.